Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of I'm No Rookie. I'll be your coach today, ApacheSmash, and I'm going to be teaching JosephJoestar316 some MGS3 European Extreme. What's up,
Hello.
Joe?
Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, Apache?
Yo, thanks for being with us here today, everyone. It's a good day for me and Joe. We just got brought onto the staff on MGSR, actually, so that was pretty cool. Congratulations, Joe.
Yeah, back at you, man.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? All right. We're going to be going through. Essentially, Joe is a very good player of this game already. He's just got a few weaker areas where he's losing a lot of time. So I'm going to get him up to speed with some of the newer strategies we use. And we're going to go through the Virtuous mission through to Torture, and then we'll stop there. And then Joe will do a complete run of MGS3 European Extreme and nail all the stuff I taught him first time. So yeah, I hope everyone enjoys it, and we're ready to go over to the games now. So that'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm ready to go if you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so we both have the game paused at the beginning of Virtuous, which is past the beginning credits and introductory narrative.
Yeah, there's nothing to teach at this part of the game, really. When Joe knows how to grab his backpack, it's not that kind of lesson today. So you can go pick that up now. That's absolutely fine. And on screen, you'll see I'm coaching the Phantom Pain, and that's because the pain is a phantom, I guess. And
No, I mean,
we're not.
I actually
don't
heard
think.
this is the hidden DLC that Phantom Pain never got, so that's what we're playing today.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have time for Quiet Skip today. I don't think time will allow for it. So, yeah, we've got some just an issue with the back end. It won't change over the titles correctly. So, yeah, feel free to make jokes about that throughout. One thing that I do know that Joe does here in the room with the crocodiles is he goes an incorrect path. So, if you want to watch my screen, Joe, I'll show you the correct movement in this room.
All right.
So we're going to go across the right here. We're going to walk over the middle of this guy and then roll where the ground sticks out. Make sure when you roll, you're at the crocodile's head because you have to walk over its head. Otherwise, you're going to have problems. And then the load zone to leave this room, it's just on the left. So if you go up to the load zone, there's like a line on the floor that kind of stretches out to the left. Just make sure you roll into the left side of it and you'll touch the load zone first time.
Interesting.
So there's a few load zones like that you may not be aware of. It was actually Major Zero recently who kind of kept finding out all the different ones.
Oh, I died already.
No worries, dude. No worries. There's a bit of ground that stretches out a little bit. So I'll show you it as you go to it. You run out to the right and make sure you run over the middle of the crocodile and favor his head as well, because otherwise he's going to tail swipe you, which is dangerous, especially as you saw the sinking sand. If you knock down into it, it will just kill you instantly. And then roll.
So that's what it is.
Yep, and then roll again before you get to the end.
Now,
and then
you were
make sure
saying about this loading zone, which I'm sure that's what you're about to say before I cut you off, but go ahead.
Yeah, it's just on the left side. So as you approach it, just look at the floor. Just look down at the floor in first person. And yeah, it's literally there on the left, right where you are now. You're literally like 1 pixel from the load zone. So it's like if you favor the left, you'll hit the load zone early. But you're fine there. Just move up a little bit, and you've hit it.
So I guess what you're saying is like it favors more on the left because it's not a straight line, but it's curved.
Yeah, it's like it's like a sharp diagonal line, I guess. And there's a few load zones like that. So if I just tell you to favor the left side or the right side, which is another one of them, I'll just say that ahead of time, and you'll know where to go basically. Here, what I notice you do is, if you look on my screen, when you do this room, you'll do like the quick shot strat. But what I tend to do is just I walk to this line on the floor here. I put my gun up. Normally, he notices you and begins to walk forward, but I just headshot him in first person. I don't do a quick headshot or anything. I just headshot him in first person. And that's like the way you do it is if you spam shots, you tend to, if you don't get the lock on straight away, you'll tend to like stand still and wait for them to be knocked out. It's much easier to just accept you're going to lose 0.2 for shooting that guard in the head and just do that as quickly as possible. And I just like I very so slightly knock my aim up, because if he notices you, he'll begin walking towards you, and he actually moves up to like higher terrain, which can make him awkward to shoot as well. And this last guard, you want to just run straight through him. I tend to roll over past the tree. Make sure when you approach that guard, you don't like change your line at all, because if you like move towards him and then move out slightly, he can actually turn and see you. And then in Dolly Navadno, the first time, all we're going to do is run forward, roll off the hill, and do a shoot the guard and then roll into him. So it's pretty straightforward. And when you roll into him, you want to like kind of touch the bridge. Like you don't want to roll away from the bridge. You want to sort of land on it.
Right.
And then the rest of this room, I'm pretty sure you do exactly the same as everyone else, right? You just shoot at the end and then roll, so you don't get the alert.
Yeah, because like when he ducks off to the side, that's your chance to move. Otherwise, if you roll too early, he'll see you as you roll, which is a mistake I've made quite a bit. So here, let's give it a try. So we roll, and just go 1, 2, and off we go.
Yeah, and then however you want to deal with his guards is up to you. I tend to shoot them from quite far away, but this works too, as long as you don't miss a shot and end up shooting the wall behind, and then you have to do a safety. Yep, that's
Eh,
fine.
Yeah, this guy
I'm
makes the Phantom Pain guards look like something else.
I'm not going to I'm not going to show you how I do Rasvet, because the way you do Rasvet's fine. Like, just do it your way. There's no point me teaching you another strat that isn't actually going to save you time. So, just stick with what you know for this room. It's absolutely fine.
Yeah, and I guess just for people kind of tuning in as to how it gets done at the moment, I just auto aim at the beginning, and I just go in first person, go tippy toes, and that just gives you an instant headshot opportunity. And then I shoot that guy twice, which I don't know if that second one went off, but that one did. Now, that's a good question to ask, is when you do those 2 shots on the guy on the upper level, do you do it in the original camera versus the 3D camera?
I don't do that room like that at all.
Okay.
I don't. I literally just roll up and headshot that guard and then move. And I've been playing Tuxedo as well, so I do that room completely differently. So I was a little bit off there. I was like, wait, how do I do this room? The strat I use versus yours is probably like half second faster or whatever. But like between us, I'm not gonna focus on these minor time saves. We're just going for the big stuff today.
Right.
And I watched your run ahead of time to sort of get a feel for how you play, and I made notes on everything, and I was timing strats out. I just want to really focus on the heavy hitters today. So we're not going to like discuss the finer points of Rasvet 1. Like, it's all good. But you can just continue with the game, do your cure menu and stuff, and we'll just carry on to Snake Eater and get into the meat of this. As I say, it's just a minor thing. Like when you were shooting that guard in Dolly Navadno from the hill, there was just no need to do that. Like, you've got to go past him anyway. You may as well just run up and trank him.
Yeah, I guess what's interesting is that you still have enough time to do it. And I guess perhaps by doing it the way I do it now, it just leaves me more vulnerable to errors, like the other room where I just auto aim at the beginning and just run as I
I just don't really feel like you could. That's a room you could make an error on. Like, obviously you can make an error anywhere, but I don't think it's an at risk room. I really don't think it's any trouble. Here's where the fun begins, because
Oh
you know
yeah.
what room I'm gonna talk about here.
Yes. I think I have a pretty good idea.
Yeah. So in this first room of Snake Eater, this is another room where the load zone's on the left. It's like really far on the left as well. You kind of just like, if you look on my screen where this tree is, you just kind of roll here and you'll always hit the load zone. You can go quite far out to the right and still not hit the load zone. So it's just worth being on the left for.
And I guess what would you say is like, approximate time save of rolling through that spot versus just, what I do at the moment?
Probably adds up to like all if you hit all the load zones in the right place, it probably adds up to about a second and a half or something. It's just something good to be aware of. The biggest one is in Bolshire South. That's the one that's like it's really on the right, and everyone like rolls up the hill first. Yeah, so this is the first room with guards in Snake Eater. You do this room fine. Everyone takes continues on this room, right? This is quite a difficult room. If I could give you any advice on it, it's to always make sure you roll before the tree, so the tree is in the middle of your roll, and then the guards will never really see you. And make sure you roll like straight forward. Equip your stun grenade, which is R2 and right twice. And then I don't actually pull my stun grenade until I'm closer to the guard. And then you want to take it off as soon as possible as well. Make sure you're in this bit here, so you like after you go past that guard that you sneak past with the grenade, you want to kind of be towards the left of the room. Otherwise, he can see you. If you're like too far out to the right, when he walks away, he turns and sees you. So I have seen you when I've been watching your stream. I've seen you take a continue because of that. And like as I say, it's no big deal. It's just something to be aware of.
Well, that explains why I keep getting spotted. And then I guess when you pull the grenade late, is that just out of preference, or is it just more efficient to do
Yeah,
it that
you
way?
can pull it. You can pull it sooner, but the way I watch Sakari do it is he pulls it for only the amount of time that he needs to silence his footsteps for. It really doesn't matter. It's something to be aware of. You can like pull it like almost straight away as you turn the corner, and if you're more comfortable doing that, then do that. Just it's more about where your position is. Like if you're too far out to the right, the guard can see you.
Here, let's give this a try.
So like I'd already say, in fact, no, I'll wait till you've done it.
Yeah, I think it was because I
You
had a
were
boss
way
buffer
too
on it.
far out to the left. You need to run diagonally at that tree because all of this movement matters. So you're running like diagonally towards that tree, and then you're straightening out to roll. Because your position of your roll was fine. It's just you wasted too much time before that, and then you always like as close to the wall as possible. Like this is fine. Be more to the left now. Yeah, that's good. Like that's absolutely fine.
So it's like that beginning movement as you turn really does make a difference.
Yeah, this whole game is like you're on a tightrope and you have to be in certain places before certain things happen. If you waste any movement at the start of that room, you're going to get seen. So you just like when I skip the codec, I'm already like holding a diagonal line on my controller. So as soon as that scene starts, I begin running. Right,
Right.
I'm going to show you this room a few times. This room is hard. The way you do it right now is 8 seconds slower. So that's quite a big amount of time for a room that like you can learn to do properly. So I'll do it a few times on my stream. On my side, you want to be as close to the wall as possible, and then you roll here towards the middle of the two trees, and immediately roll again. Stand still for a second, and then run down the bridge. So I'll show it you a few times. Your movement again. Any wasted movement here, and you'll get seen. Um, you're hugging the left wall. You're almost hugging it. You're kind of running against it, right? So you have to go out past this tree and then be as close to the wall as possible. Follow it and then roll towards the two trees and roll again immediately. You stop for like it's like half a second. You have to stay completely still for after you've done your two rolls, and then you run directly down the middle of the bridge. I'll just do it one more time. And like, don't worry about taking continues here. Like, it is pretty precise. It isn't the hardest strat in the world, but it is very precise. And the second you kind of waste a bit of movement, that guard can look up and see you. He can see you when you roll. Many things can go wrong in this room.
Yeah, because I was aware of this strat, but I think it's perhaps when I tried it in the early stages, I wasn't as proficient at it, where I got easily discouraged and then eventually just ditched it, even though it's like you say, it loses a lot of time for just one room.
It's about 8 seconds you lose for the way you do it at the moment, and you know I just don't think it's worth it. It is worth picking up on these two rolls.
Yeah, I'm just resetting the
So
room here
yeah
because I'm gonna
no
try
worries,
it.
no worries.
All right, so we go up, hug the left wall, then right around here, roll once, and then oh, see, I rolled too close to him. Yeah, I think it's that beginning roll that sometimes gets to me, is that it's got to be at the right angle with
Yeah,
the follow up as another one that often gets to me. So let's try right about here, then here, Okay, I didn't go far enough into the tree.
Yeah, so you want to, when you roll off that hill, you're going as close to the edge of the hill before you roll. So you follow in the wall round, and then you run in off the hill and roll in at the edge of it, if that makes sense.
Oh, so like I almost want to roll a little bit later than normal.
Yeah, and you can go a little bit further down the hill before you roll as well. Like you going for it a little bit too early. And like, don't worry about it. This strat is hard, and everyone who kind of picks up on this run starts running it, trying out this strat and getting used to it. It is difficult. You can also catch on the trees as well as you've just done. You
Yeah.
you, you have to like the angle of where you put your analog stick when you roll through the trees. You'll get used to it, but you always want to go cleanly through them. And they're pretty big. They're bigger than they look, and they catch snake really easily.
There we go.
And stand for a second. Yeah. So like you're not like pausing for a second or anything. You just come into a stop and then go in. But yeah, just try it a few times, get used to it because there's a lot of things that can go wrong in this room. So I would just do this a few times and really get a feel for it. The things that can go wrong is the guard can spot you straight away. If your movement's bad approaching, the guard can see you straight away. He just looks up at the hill and sees you. Your first roll, if you're too close, he can hear it. If you miss the trees, the guards can catch you. And then if you do the second roll and move too quickly, they can catch you as well. So there's a lot of things that can go wrong in this room. And yeah, a time will come. Yeah, you'll get used to it. It's more of like a sharp
Mhm.
angle for those trees. A time will come where you'll be doing this room and you'll think, you know, what was the fuss about, and you'll forget like all the things that can go wrong because you're just so used to doing it.
I think maybe what it is now I'm starting to see it is that when I first started learning this room with that double roll is I was using the 3D camera, which was probably the biggest enemy of it all was not necessarily the timing of the rolls or where to do it, but it's trying to navigate your movement and turning the camera together
Yeah,
on such a precise technique, which is probably making it harder than it needed to be. And that's perhaps why I got discouraged from it because I was like, man, I just can't get this roll to be consistent. And so I was like,
yeah,
yeah, I'll just do something that seems to work and then just move on.
yeah. What you do is like obviously consistent and it works. It's just it's a lot of wasted time for something that's quite easy to learn, I think. And using the 3D camera, like obviously I probably use the 3D camera like the least out of everyone. We're fine to move on, by the way.
Oh,
Um,
yeah, I just did a 360.
yeah, I probably use the 3D camera the least out of everyone, and it's because I use very specific like I use where snake I can see snake in the room on the static camera to set up a lot of what I do. Like I do box headshots with it and stuff. Like I don't use anything else. Like you saw there, like that's sometimes we call that the god roll, because it gives you like the most distance and closest to the bridge, and the strat still works, but you always have to have that little pause. If you don't have that little pause, you will get caught. But that was good. So yeah, just pick up the box. Um, there is I want you to do ocelot unit. Like the way you do ocelot unit is fine. The menu you do before ocelot's incorrect. So pick up the box. I'm gonna teach you the way I do it. I'm gonna teach you the way I do it because it's important because it's gonna affect all your other menus. If I just say like do this the way you normally do it, it's gonna affect your menus, and I really want your menus to be the same as mine.
All
Um,
right, so I got the
while we're learning,
box.
yeah.
Don't-
So just grab it and then
Yeah,
uh,
grabbing the box is hard.
yeah, I'll show you quickly on my screen. Like the way I do it is I put my back against this, press triangle, and then go completely neutral, and then press triangle again, and then I move slightly for the box. If you put your back to it, don't ever go up don't ever face it from the north. Always put your back to it, so you've got your back to the west. And then when you've climbed up once, just press go neutral on the movement stick and press triangle again. Like so, don't go on it there. Go on it on put the box on the west, basically. I can't even explain it. Put your back to it on the east of the boxes. So like you've got your back to the north right now. Put your back to
Oh,
the
there we go.
west,
So it's like you
and then
hug
yeah,
this and then just tap it. And then I almost wonder if you can use the D-pad to help you with that too.
you can to turn. A D-pad movement always equates to snake turning and facing that direction without moving. So D-pad's actually crazy useful in this game. I use D-pad all the time for stuff.
Actually, hold on. If I D-pad, it actually pushes me forward a tad.
Yeah,
See
so
that?
you're getting on the box in the wrong place. Look where I'm getting on the box. So I'm going to run
Oh,
up
you're over
my
there.
back to it here, and then I just press triangle once, let go of movement, and press triangle again. That's what I was trying to explain to you before. So you put your
Oh,
back to
there
it,
we go.
and then press triangle neutral, and then move your analog stick ever so slightly to grab the box. But yeah, falling off the box is actually a huge time loss. It's so bad.
Yeah, it looks really silly.
Yeah, so we're
Oh,
getting the
that's
box
that's an
science
awesome
right here.
thing. I never knew you can actually do that.
Yeah, that's how I do it. It's 100% safe and works every time. All right, go into our slot unit and then go into menu, and I'll talk you through the menu.
Yeah, because it's always amazing like how little things like that often go unnoticed, even if it's something as trivial as like climbing on top of a container.
I reckon you lose about 4 or 5 seconds for dropping off the box and having to get up on it again.
Yeah,
It's a
and
bad
you
one.
lose a little bit of pride too.
Yeah,
All right,
definitely.
so all right,
So
we're in
yeah,
the menu.
I'm not going to explain to you how to do the ocelot unit. The way you do the ocelot unit is fine, but go backpack weapon. You press down once for the Mark 22. You press up once, turn your survival knife off, press up again, turn your D mic off, and then press up twice, Patriot on. Go out and then go into your backpack and you put the box on, and then you press pause to get out. So in your menus, you start on survival knife, you press down once, turn your Mark 22 on, press up, turn survival knife off, press off, up, turn directional mic off, and then press up twice and turn your Patriot on.
So like that.
Yeah, and then put your box on as well. So go into your items and put your box on, and then do the ocelot unit. The only other advice I give you for ocelot unit, because your ocelot unit is fine, the time when you menu the stun grenade should be when you roll over the box, because you do it when you're stood still, and you kind of wasting the movement of being able to menu while you roll, because you have to roll there anyway.
Right.
Um, you're gonna feel like your stuff's in weird places during this fight, but it's worth learning my menus because they're a lot faster than yours. You take stuff out of your inventory, you put it back in, you take it out and stuff, and overall that's losing time. We're only ever going to put stuff in apart from when we put the cigar gas spray on. We're going to take the grenade out. That's the only different. That's the only time we'll take something out of our backpack. So getting used to where this stuff is, it's going to feel a little bit weird at first, but overall it's going to save you a lot of time.
Yeah, because that's the one thing that often gets to me in this game is the menuing itself because of the linear style over games like Metal Gear Solid 2, which has the hierarchy style.
When you always do your menus the same, you get so used to where they are in your inventory that it just becomes as if they're like MGS2 anyway. The speed you can do them at's ridiculous. I actually love the menu system in Metal Gear Solid 3, like knowing that when you put something new into your inventory, it's always going to be in the same place, which is like one right from the um, like your first item's always stun grenade, right? And then your oldest item's always your newest item's always in the other place, like one away from unequip. I really like that. When you roll over the thing, equip your box. So when you do the first roll, just equip your box and unequip it.
Okay.
So now it's just on our previous, and that's all we're going to use. Don't pick up the bug juice. We're not getting that.
Oops. That's
Don't
too
worry
late.
about it. We're not gonna use it. We're not gonna use it. When we do the swim, um, we jump out at the left side and we swim across and we pick up the grenade. I've noticed you pick up the Mark 22 ammo. Don't, because there's no reason to. You're just wasting kind of movement to pick it up,
Wait,
and you
where's
don't
the
need
grenade?
it. I don't know, but don't. No, no, no. I meant when you swim
Oh,
across to the left
I
side, you
gotcha.
pick
I
up
thought
a
it was like some
grenade.
grenade that I never saw off screen.
No, no, no. But when you pick up the grenade, don't pick up the ammo box that's next to it. And also, just get out of the water a sec. Go back out and get out of the water. Because like you just crouched and proned into the water. Like you can dive into the water. So just hit start and remove the leech in your cure menu. I was going to show you this again. We're just going to start from like a fresh here. R2 and then once for the cigar, yeah.
All right, so I guess what
Right.
you're saying is when I
Roll towards the water as soon as you can, like because.
all right.
And then what you're going to do is like walk towards the edge and just tap X. So no, you just roll towards it and then just walk towards tapping X. Just walk towards where you go and tapping X,
All
basically.
right, here, let me try it again. So we go
Because
roll.
instead of just proning into the water, we're going to dive into it, which gives us a lot more movement. Don't hold X when you roll. No, get out of the water, Joe. we're gonna walk off that ledge, and it's gonna make Snake dive into the water. So you roll once to get as far as you can, so you're not walking for long.
All right,
Do I need
so
to like swim out and like show you what I mean? Just roll
like we
one,
roll in. All right, roll
roll once,
once.
not into a prone, and then walk towards the edge of the water, pressing X. Just press it as you're walking, and then Snake will dive.
Oh, there we go.
So you're not in the best position for that. Also, when Snake dives into the water, if you press X, you'll stop his movement. You wait until like he gets like a certain amount of distance from the dive, and if you press X at any point, you'll interrupt it. So just pick up the grenade, don't pick up the ammo, and then you move us to the right to get out of the water. You can press triangle to surface as well,
Right.
and then before you go there, see you getting ahead. You rolled. You don't always roll. I've noticed in your PB you don't always roll for codex. So I was going to mention that, but you rolled, so it's fine. So just make sure you don't have a leech on or anything like that, and I'll do the same. Taking the leech out with the cigar is faster than menuing the bug juice, as long as you are menuing the box during our slot unit. All right, it's time to learn a new strat for this next room.
Oh man, I'm definitely waiting in suspense for it because I know it's coming.
Yeah. All right, so if you just watch my screen.
All right, I gotcha.
Every single piece of movement you do in this room matters. Like, you have to be fast. You have to be fast. So I've noticed you don't take a good line for these claymores. We just kind of run through this part of the bush here. I'm gonna roll, and when I land, I'm gonna shoot my gun. Oh, I have the wrong gun on. Sorry, I have the wrong gun on.
So you want the
I'm like,
M19 for this,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I'm in tuxedo brain. Sorry, I'm just gonna reset this room. That might work, but I want to show you it properly anyway. I've been playing tuxedo, and you have to do a completely different strat for this room. So I like did my menu automatically in the room before. All right, I'll go back to my M1911. So yeah, make sure you take that line through the claymores. Shoot when you stand up. When you're coming off the tree, that's when you menu this gun, like change to your Mark 22, because it's going to be important later. Roll up the hill, and then move forward and equip the box. And we're just going to go straight to here and run against it. And when the voice line disappears, we take it off and roll through. And then we roll into prone here. And then we roll over this. And if the dog's sat down, that means we got it right. And then the right side of this is the load zone. So as long as you touch the right side of the of that load zone, you'll hit it sooner, basically.
Ah, that is interesting.
So I shouldn't have left that room. I'm an idiot. Like, but we'll just try it. Like, if I have to, I'll load a save or something. That was my bad.
All right, so I already messed up that line, but we'll work on that. Then
Just reset the room. You don't have enough time. You don't have enough time.
oh, even for something like a crawl.
Yeah. I mean, it's so like on the edge of whether or not you'd have enough time still that I'd rather you just reset the room rather than you finding out halfway through the room that you actually don't have enough time. And I do want to really drive home that like if this room fails, it's because your movement was bad.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to that rope bridge about walking on a tightrope. It's doesn't surprise me that a room like this would be just like that.
It's one of the longer rooms as well. If you think about rooms in this game, it's one of the longer ones. Like, and the longer a room is, the more of a nightmare it is for making sure your strat's good.
All right, so I'll roll over the triple rope, shoot the gun.
I'm so surprised you didn't hit a claymore.
Yeah, me too. All right, then.
Just as you fall in, menu to your trank gun.
And then it's one step to get over the fence without electrocuting yourself, right? Oh wait, I forgot.
It's not electrocuting yourself. It's just you get really bad. Lag. Like he lags against the fence for a bit. It's not that you get electrocuted. So
Yeah,
if he doesn't do a voice line, that means your movement was bad. So just reset the room. Try it again. I think you spent too much time on that tree.
Yeah, it was just the timing of it.
Yeah, you take like one step and then drop off it, basically. And don't kind of like wait for anything to happen. That would be okay. Like if you land like that and it's awkward, hold your first person view and then look to the direction you want to go and then move. Because you
Yeah.
can't hit an electric fence by moving in first person. And you've probably got like barely enough time to do that. That's fine too.
Okay, we're over the tripwire. Shoot. Oh, I hit the thing.
It shouldn't matter. No, it does matter. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't hear the dog bark.
It's the angle you roll in. Make sure it's like favors the left when you roll over that tripwire.
All right, there we go.
No mortar. I just ran into it that many times that I just got a feel for where it was because I hit a claymore that many times.
Almost seems like if I go in the middle of those bushes, for me, it seems pretty consistent. All right, there you go. Now I got the dogs barking. And then one step forward, drop, menu.
Roll over the hill, run forward, and then box.
So like right at this tree, go box. And then go to the opening, wait till the voice line disappears, roll through. Roll the prone at the opening, shimmy through. Then go in the box. And if the dog is not looking here, that means we did it. And roll along to the right.
Yeah, you want to be like on the right.
Oh,
It's
so I was like a little
more on the
off?
right. It's like the whole right line of that part is load zone. It's weird. It's kind of like it's just been put in there wrong.
All right,
Yeah.
that's actually interesting. That doesn't seem as difficult as I thought it was. I think maybe it's just like you said. It's just it all comes down to movement.
It's just yeah, it's so tight. It's like so tight. So if you like when you first learn in the game, you don't like realize like how bad your movement is. You can't know that you're just like wasting movement all over the place. So strats like that, they seem really complicated, but it literally just comes down to you have to move so well.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
for people watching, it's just it's just the room's run on a patrol timer. So like as you load in the room, the guards are following a sequence, and to Apache's point, if your movement is off, it puts you in line with what could get you caught in the middle of that sequence, even if it's something that seems very minor.
Yeah, and it's something you do at the start of the room can affect you like way later in the room, and that's what makes rooms like that really hard. All right,
All right,
so
so
we're
now
not
the
shooting
next
any
room.
barrels anymore. This room, the way you do it is 7 seconds slower than what's possible. Basically, we're just gonna run. Sorry, I've got tuxedo brain on. On the right of
It's
this
okay.
tree, on the right of this tree, and we're just gonna run straight up to this guard. And this is different from what you've seen. Only I do this, but it's a setup for later. So we're going to aim at him, roll through, open our menu, take the suppressor off our Mark 22, and then unequip it, and then be against this wall, and then roll into the load zone. I'll just show you one more time. The reason we enter Ocelot unequipped with our gun without the suppressor on is because if you start the Ocelot fight with unequipped, it lets you grab your previous weapon, and we're going to use the Mark 22 for Ocelot, so it's important. The only thing that'll mess you up here is sometimes pressure sensitivity can make your gun not go off, and you just crouch in front of the guard. You're 100% getting caught if that happens. Like
Oh yeah.
there's no backup for it. I use a DS1 with an adapter, so that never happens. But just make sure your gun is going off, basically. So just that, and then be against the wall. If you're not against the wall, you're getting seen, basically. Like those
Because
guards that you
when
normally
you're
hit
up
the barrel
against the
for.
wall, you also get some kind of like camouflage as you're doing it. Like, is that how it works?
I'm not 100%. I think it's the tree that's sort of in the way that prevents you from being seen by the guards that are over to the east.
Yeah, let me just
Um,
reset the room so I can try to do it.
yeah, when you don't reset the room, if you kind of stood in a menu or something, it does waste a little bit of movement. So
Right.
but you go into the right of the tree and then you're taking a direct like diagonal line towards the guard, and you'll get used to it. No, not that tree.
This one.
I don't even know if that'll work still, like, but we'll find out.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
But yeah, that would just be like so much like wasted movement. That's probably like a second.
Okay, it does
And
work,
then
but I'd rather do it right.
unequip. Yeah, so don't go into the load zone. Just unequip. Yeah, that's fine. Make sure you unequip your gun after you've taken the silencer off.
Unequip
Unequip your
it.
gun before you enter
So we go
Ocelot.
like this, then right of this tree, aiming right towards our guard here.
Yeah, that's all good. And now
Oh,
we
I
can
think you're
land
right. I think
Ocelot.
it is the tree that gives you that blind spot.
Yep.
So now I guess what you're saying is by unequipping, then you have the gun ready to go when you equip, because otherwise I think it defaults to I think it's like the M19 then if you don't.
No, it just starts. It start from memory. It starts you unequipped, and then you can just press whatever you want to get the previous weapon. Most people enter the fight with a weapon already equipped, which doesn't allow them to get another weapon out, basically. So Ocelot. I'm gonna go through it and explain it as I do it, but I'll probably do it a few times and talk about kind of all the things that can go wrong. There is a lot. There
All
is a
right.
lot. Um, Again, this is a fight that you're losing about 8 seconds on because you tend to do a lot of body shots, and you just kind of fight him. I want to say casually. You kind of do the fight as intended in a lot of ways, um, and you tend to go to the second cutscene. Going to the second cutscene isn't always a bad thing. Like if the fight kind of gets away from you, it gives you a free headshot on him,
Mhm.
which is good. Um, but I'll just try and explain it as I'm going through. As soon as the fight starts, I'm going to hit R2 for my weapon and just shoot him by pressing square. Um, and then let me just try and remember this fight. I've been doing it with the Patriot on Tuxedo, so I'll just hopefully my muscle memory will kick in and I'll remember how to do it. Yeah. So you shoot him once, and as soon as the shot goes off, as soon as you hit him, you need to open your menu. So as soon as you fire your gun, you open your menu at the same time. And we're just going to throw this stun grenade, look away from it, and then I like to give it a second and then shoot him in the head. And again, as soon as I shot him, I opened my menu immediately. Like holding the menu like this, it doesn't matter. It's the amount of time that passes before that menu opens. When you do the second stun grenade, you're going to go into first person and throw it at the floor. And then you switch into the M1911 before you look away.
Okay.
You want him to turn away from you here. Like, he's kind of looking away from me here. That means he's more likely, he's now hopefully going to notice the Markor is dead, right? So he's not going to shoot me. If he shoots me, it's kind of messed up a little bit, but that's fine. We can still recover it. So he's either going to look at the Markor or he's going to look at me. So he shot me. Now he's going to notice the Markor. This kind of got away from me. If he goes there, it's fine. When you get this headshot, he's going to go into like a stationary position, and you get another headshot, and then you just try and hit him as soon as you can. So I'll just show you a couple of times. The thing that kind of messes up a lot of the time in this fight is when you throw that stun grenade in first person. No, Joe, we're not doing yet.
No, I was
You're
just
not doing yet. I'm just messing with you, dude.
Yeah.
The thing that messes up is when you throw the first stun grenade, if Ocelot is turned the other way when it goes off, the loop's broken. So it's really important that first stun grenade goes off correctly. And the key to getting that first stun grenade is opening your menu as soon as you fired your first shot.
Mm-hmm.
So again, like, as soon as I've shot him, I've already opened my menu. And then turn away from it. I always like to give it a second before I shoot it. And then again, open my menu straight away, go into first person and throw it at the floor. It's not even like really at the floor. It's you just look down a bit in first person, and that tends to make it work.
Yeah.
Then after the second stun grenade, it's your M1911. Turn around. He's turned around as well. That's good. Markor, and then again, it doesn't have to be super fast. And then this headshot, and he's going to look at me. And then this one, we're just waiting for the iframes to go off to shoot him. I'm not going to shoot him there, but you're just kind of waiting for his iframes to go off. He might shoot you. You can afford to take that damage. It really doesn't matter a great deal. I've seen the amount you get shot up in this fight. Like, you know that you can do the pain pretty much with next to no health. The only thing you have to worry about is swarm, and that's the only two parts of the game where your health matters until like the fury. So, as I say, try your best with it. I'll kind of watch what you're doing and
All right.
talk you through it. and then yeah, iframes will come off.
So
And
I guess the only thing there was I shot a little bit late at the beginning, so
he got further to the tree, but that's just getting used to, like, because as soon as the fight starts, you just go R2 square straight away. If, as you saw, if he gets close to the tree, it doesn't matter. Just be patient with your shots. Like, don't just like try and headshot him immediately. Like, you have time, and you'll really get used to that timing after you've done the fight for a while.
it'll take
But
some getting used to, but I think I understand the loop a lot better now.
yeah, that's already going to be like, seconds faster than what you're doing. So like, don't worry about it. You're gonna mess it up. You're gonna lose the loop. Like, I fail that fight all the time. Like, it happens, right? Um, but understanding why it works and when it works and stuff like that is way more important than just being able to do it right now. It's good to fail and make mistakes and learn about it. Just think about the position of Ocelot. Like, for the first stun grenade, you want him to be facing towards you. For the second stun grenade, you want him to be facing away from you. That's why we go into first person and throw it, nearer the floor. Something that you can do, and you will see this with the amount you play this game, you will see this. Ocelot can shoot the stun grenade out of your hand. The one that you throw in first person?
Yeah.
Ocelot can randomly hit it with his gun.
Actually, I did not know that.
So we're going to do a super important menu here. You got the ammo, which is good. When you pick up the smoke grenade at the end, go into your menu. And I'll talk you through this menu now.
All right.
First, you go into your face camo. And equip brown. Like, if we're doing New Game Plus, we're getting all the New Game Plus stuff.
Right.
So equip brown, and then go into items.
Oh, items.
Sorry, not items. I meant weapons. Ignore me. And you just press up, smoke grenade, up, grenade. So you want them on in that order.
All
So
right.
from the start, you press up twice, smoke grenade, up twice, grenade, and then pause to get out. And right, I'll show you the pain. I'll explain the pain and what I do.
All right, I'll watch you.
There's something I noticed that you do that's gonna kind of pay dividends to know about. I like to get that life med. I always like to pick up that life med. It's free. I'm holding R2 while I'm skipping the cutscenes, right? So I can get my menu on the earliest possible frame. And then I'm going smoke grenade, and I'm going to go into first person view and move, and I'm going to look to the right. And this is important. It's more important on the Japanese because where you throw your smoke depends on how often you get the swarm to disappear. The swarm can stay up way more on Japanese unpatched than other versions. So again, I'm going to go into first person. I'm going to look to the right and then throw it, and then switch to my Mark 22. And before the before the smoke grenade explodes, I want to hit the pain in the head once at least. So hopefully I can do that. Yep. And then you're going to quick reload all your shots. That's going to miss. Once he gets this back, you see where his stamina is now?
Yeah.
You can get one extra shot in than that before he puts on his shield. So we're aiming to get as many as we can on him before he puts his shield on. The most important bit is hitting that first headshot before the smoke grenade goes off. And it's not an easy shot to do because the pain's hitbox is terrible. Really, really, really get used to quick reloading your shots here. It is super important. To take this shield off, we use the grenade, not the smoke grenade. And the reason is, when I throw the smoke grenade, the normal grenade, it's going to take the shield off, but the pain is going to like flinch, and it makes him stay completely still. The smoke grenade doesn't make him flinch. He can still move around and roll and stuff if you use the smoke grenade. Like I'll show you now, when it goes off, you'll see. So he stays completely still. And then we're just going to try and hit him until we end phase 1. Oh my god, this is so bad. I'm going to reset this. But do you see what I mean about when the grenade goes off, he doesn't move at all, and with the smoke grenade, he does move?
Yeah, I think maybe perhaps when I was trying to learn this is that sometimes if you tend to aim at him before it goes off, if it's too early, he'll actually see that you're trying to aim at him, and he'll like maneuver out of the way, or maybe just lazily.
I've never noticed him being able to. I've never noticed him being able to acknowledge what I do like that. I didn't know that was possible, but yeah, smoke grenade, move to the right, throw it, and then I'm going to show you this fight a few times. Hit him before it goes off. So again, I've missed the extra shot, but that's fine. We're going to use the grenade. Wait till Snake lifts his arm up. If you're not used to the timing of it, always wait for Snake to raise his arm in the air before you let the grenade go. Otherwise, it won't land on him. And then you can pre-aim for his head.
Throw, which I've done before, if you do it too early.
Phase 2, again, you need to hold the menu. The whole time you're skipping these cutscenes, you're holding the menu. You have to get it as soon as possible. And then grenade again, and before I let go of the menu, I'm holding L1, and as soon as I let go of the menu, I'm going to press square and back. And that lets me throw the, that lets me pick up the ammo at the same time I'm throwing the grenade. I always walk really close to the edge. Before I let the grenade go, I walk as close as possible to the pain, because it's easier to see him the closer you are to him. And it really has helped me learn this fight a lot better. You can now kill the pain in one phase. So after the grenade goes off and his B shield goes off, you're on a timer. You can do all the damage to his health here. You shoot him, he flinches, right? He flinches from your shot. And then as he's putting his head back into place, you can hit him multiple times. And you only have to do it between the flinches. You only have to hit him twice to end this fight successfully. But we're just going to pre-aim because we know with the grenade he isn't going to move. Right, that's one shot from death, so that would be fine to be able to kill him before the B shield ends. So if you just like have a few goes at this fight, and then I'll talk you through what I think's gone wrong, if anything. Don't end the fight if you can, by the way. In second phase, don't end the fight because we want to reset this fight quite easily.
All right, let me give it a try.
If you've hit him, you don't need to move your aim again. Like, if you've landed a shot on him, you don't need to move your aim again. Just quick reload.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah, let me do this again.
And you want to throw your smoke grenade at the start, and then as soon as it leaves your hand, you're already in your menu getting your Mark 22, and you're already aiming for him. Because you need to hit him before that smoke grenade goes off. That was good.
Now I can see why we hate the head hitbox.
Yeah, it's his nose, basically. It's his nose and underneath his nose. And again, the grenade, yeah, that's nice. And you already, like, put your gun up and aim at him. Like, as soon as you... Just reset this.
Yeah.
As soon as you've thrown that grenade, go get your gun and point it at him. Don't, like, wait until the grenade goes off and then point it. Already point at it, because you already want to be pre-aiming for the head. Because, like, this whole fight timing is of the essence. We're trying to beat that, we're trying to beat the shields, basically.
Yeah, it's just the double tap rhythm that kind of throws me off balance.
Your rhythm's, like, not even correct. That's the thing. Like, you're not just spamming shots. Well, I'll show you again. You're not just, like, spamming shots at him. You go in 1, he flinches, and then as he's resetting his head, you go in 1, 2. So you shoot him, he flinches.
Oh, so there's a pause in between.
Yeah. As he's resetting his head and he goes back into your aim, you go 1, 2 with the shots. And then you're going to flinch him again with a shot, and then you're going to go 1, 2 as he's putting his head correct again. Like, people think that there's just tons and tons of shots in this fight, but it's actually just many precise shots.
Oh wait, hold on. So it's 1, 1, 2. Okay, so that was kind of it, but I want to do that one more time.
That was much better, yeah. And you're moving your aim around too much. Like, let him do the work. Once you've got the shot on him, let him do the work. He'll move his head back into your aim.
Try it again. So it's smoke, shift, throw, gun. Yeah, I just got to get used to the rhythm, but I think I get the concept though. So it's boom, one, 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 two, one. All right, that was better. And then I'm guessing.
Yeah, it's looking good. So hold your menu for phase 2. No, we're gonna go back and pick up the weapon. We're gonna go back and pick up the ammo.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'll do it again.
And like we pick up extra ammo, right? So we probably have enough ammo to finish this fight without it, but we want that ammo later. So when you switch to your grenade, you already hold L1. You start cooking it, and then you just press backwards and then forwards to run, like to walk backwards, pick it up.
Yeah, I keep moving the analog out of a bad habit. I just got to get the shot and then just not even touch it.
Yeah, that's why we kind of pre-aim for that shot before the smoke. Once that goes off, we do everything else off that first shot. So the first shot flinches him, and then as he's resetting, we'll hit him with twice and then flinch him again. But that opening smoke's good. Yeah, that's good. You're getting the additional stamina damage as well. You're getting like the extra shot that you sometimes can't get, basically.
Okay, that was better. But now here's the tricky thing: is
yeah, that was good.
Grenade.
Yeah, so just
L1.
open your menu, grenade, hold L1, and then start cooking it and go backwards and then forwards.
Oh, it's that simple.
Yeah. Nice. But you want to walk way forward. It just makes the fight easier if you go way forward. And now this really matters, like the amount of shots you do here, so I already know you're not going to have enough time for the second shield. You have to be really perfect with your shots in phase 2. But if you only get like one extra shield and then finish the fight off that, like that would probably be good enough to save you time. As long as he doesn't roll or anything away, even getting the third shield would, or the additional shield round, would be way faster than what you're doing now.
Yeah, I was going to say,
it
it's still
isn't an easy
marginally
fight.
better than what I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah, this isn't an easy fight. Like, a lot of people have trouble with this fight. It's much easier than it is on PS2 for sure, because we don't get the bees. If you get that, like, you're probably dead. Especially if you lost health in the Ocelot fight. Do you know if like you were doing Ocelot the way you're normally doing it?
I would have died there if I didn't have enough HP.
Yeah, so that's the only like kind of important thing to getting the Ocelot fight a bit better is more survivability during this fight.
Yeah, it's just that hitbox.
You're not hitting the head, that's the thing, you're shooting too low. You're shooting like way too low. Aim for his nose, it's just a little bit under his nose. What is this? And that's the important thing in phase 2 about picking up the ammo and walking forward before you throw the grenade, is you want to be as close to him as you can possibly be. But just getting used to where to hit him will help you. Like, you've got the idea correctly, you're just not 100% on the Pain's hitbox. But really, like, practice this fight and think about it. You never want to be in a situation where...
The other thing that he does too, and I think it just goes back to the aiming, is that when he gets hit, he sometimes like waves his head left to right. So even if I'm keeping it on center to where the shot hit before, the next shot will miss because he like waved his head to the left or to the right, and I think that's what messes me up.
Yeah, you'll get used to making those minor adjustments, though. That will just come with time. But moving away from this, in your fight, you like tend to be doing all kinds of crazy like backup stuff. As long as you understand like how the fight is working, you'll be able to get this right.
But this is good practice on just even the shooting part of it.
Yeah, and using the grenade as well, so he doesn't move around too much. Is you quick reloading as well? You're just not like really quick reloading like super effectively.
Yeah, I got to get used to that.
Because I noticed you didn't do it in the fight, and like I knew that would be the hardest thing about this. But if you get better at quick reloading for the Pain, you'll get better. It's the same strategy across the whole game, and it's used quite a lot, and it is it's exceptionally useful. It's just a muscle memory thing, like. takes time to get used to, I
Yeah.
guess. But don't worry about it. Like having the essence of the fight and understanding why it works is most important.
That wasn't too bad. Alright, so again, L1.
Yeah, make sure you get really close with the grenade before you throw it.
Yeah, it's just the muscle memory I'm not used to.
Yeah,
That's gonna
fine though.
take time.
If you just get like one extra round, you know, if you're doing this in a run, you get one extra B round. Like that's fine. Don't worry about it.
Alright, so I guess, you know, shall we move on?
Yeah, let me just do this. I'm gonna have you pick something extra up. So just pause it for now in there, because I'm gonna have you like do some extra stuff just because of like we messed around a bit before, and I want to make sure you've got enough stamina later. So.
Mm-hmm.
See, like, I'm completely waiting for him to reset before I'm not just like spamming off shots at him. I'm waiting for him to do stuff before I do stuff.
Yeah, it's like there's a lot of delicate control when it comes to this, even with just trying to hit him in the right place.
So yeah, no extra shield, and you do see the shield come in when he dies. When I jump off this rock here, I just put the silencer back on my my gun, because obviously you do Foxhound. Like normally I would just switch to the pistol there because I'd use the pistol to headshot the guard in the docks. But I know you do Foxhound, so we'll stick with Foxhound stuff.
All right.
We're both on Foxhound right now, aren't we? We're still on Foxhound, right?
Uh,
We're not adding any
yeah,
continues or anything,
sort
have
of.
we?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember any continues.
After you go through this load zone here, just shoot the fruits that are on the floor with your Patriot, because I just want to make, because your stamina is going to be different from what it should be. So I don't want to get into a situation in the game where you don't have enough stamina. So
Yeah,
just
it'll
pick up
mess
these fruits.
things up.
We wouldn't do this in a run, but I just want to make sure we're not in a situation where there isn't any food. So just use yeah, I'll kick them, whatever you do.
Now, do you
Okay,
navigate these caverns with the original camera or the 3D camera?
the only place I use the 3D camera for is just after the pane to go around the U shape kind of bit. That's the only time I use it. The rest of it, I just use the static camera. We've got brown face paint because of New Game Plus. Oh, I've not put it on myself. I'm telling you to do stuff. I've not even done it myself. And when we get to the lab, we're going to go brown to mask. And then we're going to wear the mask for the rest of the game. So when you do the
Wow,
swim,
that was an interesting
when you go,
step you just did there.
yeah, when you go through the load zone, just hold X and up at the same time, and it'll get you into the water on the first frame. So you literally just hold X and up after you've skipped, and it will make Snake go immediately into the water. That's a good one to know about. And then just make sure you move around the lights. The end light is still there because because we're just swimming the whole time. The end light is still there, so you squeeze through it on the right. You know, the very last searchlight.
Mm-hmm.
You squeeze through it on the right. You can't do that on the Xbox One, it's easier. And sometimes it will, if you're not enough on the right, it will see you for like a second and you'll get like a weird glitch where it should be a caution, but it can't do a caution in this room. And before you go into this room, I'm going to show you how I do it because it's different from the way you do it, and you've wasted a little bit of movement with the way you do it. So just pause it and maybe reset it after I've
Right.
shown you.
Mm-hmm. All right, so like after you get out of the water.
Okay, so we're going to hold square after we skip the cutscene. Skip the cutscene, hold square, and you can immediately do a quick headshot, and then you switch to obviously this gun, and we just shoot these two barrels. That's the only thing different that I'm going to show you. You just free aim for the guy, and in your PB you do anyway. I don't know if you, so I wasn't sure if you knew about that quick headshot, because in your PB you free aim for it.
Yeah, I think the free aim is most likely what I do recently. Yeah.
Yeah, so just hold square and do a quick headshot, and it'll work.
All right, let me give that a try. Yeah, let me reset it.
Excuse me.
Man, I sure remember this part of the Phantom Pain game. Do you?
Yeah, this is my favorite bit.
Oh, so it's the same headshot as at the God, what's that place? The lab. at then Virtuous. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it just works. And obviously, as soon as you've shot him, switch to your normal gun, shoot the barrels, and then um, I like to. I mean, I had tuxedo brain, so I went in the right boat and got the ammo out of that. If you like to do that, do that. If you know, it's up to you. But definitely go in the left boat. Just be careful not to fall in the water because it is like kind of a time waste. And
Oh yeah,
just go in your just eat one of those fruits now because that's normally if you look on my screen, that's where your stamina should be. But because we messed around with the water, don't go in that room yet either.
right.
The way you enter that room, if you look on my screen, the way you enter that room, you use the box. You shouldn't use the box because you need to roll into this load zone. It's way faster. So actually, time this. Rolling twice is way faster than using a box into this room. You can use a box for the stairs if you want. Do you know what? Once you're in warehouse, you can use a box for the stairs if you want, or you can roll up it. It's entirely up to you. It's not going to mess up the cycles. But I timed out rolling into that load zone, and it is way faster.
Interesting.
So I'm not going to show you how to do this room. I'm not going to teach you how to suck eggs, mate. You know how to do warehouse too. Um, there's
But I
you're
think it's
fine. You
just the
already know
big
the strat.
thing. It's just the
Oh crap! I
so
don't
let's
know
say
how
if I'm
to do
going up
warehouse
here,
too.
so it's roll one and then roll two, and
Yeah,
wow, that is pretty quick.
it's because you're hitting the load zone, and you can roll like really early for those stairs because your roll's like quite long. So I tend to roll from quite far away to get the stairs.
Also,
How many
shout out to
attempt?
Silent
What?
Martyr for teaching me that part of the roll right there with the delay. Because like I was having trouble learning this room one day, and Silent was telling me that whenever he runs that room, he tends to not use the box at the beginning. He just goes in as is and just delays the roll after you bump into him because I wasn't getting the timing up the stairs properly.
Yeah, you got to like run through the first guard, right, and it
Hmm.
works a lot better. If you did lethal strats, there's actually a crazy good backup that I could show you, but I'm not going to fill your head with information that you're not going to need, basically, because you do Foxhound, we're doing Foxhound.
All right, so before I
Um,
enter this next room, I'll let you explain it.
yeah, this is different. So make sure you're close to the wall here, and then when you get to this patch of grass, oh my god, I've got the wrong gun on. I'm not even showing you the right strat here because I've got tuxedo on the brain. The strat you do, I have to do in tuxedo, and it's because you get seen if you do this. But with Tiger Stripe, you won't get seen doing this strategy. So I'm on the wrong gun already. So we switch back. You've switched back already, which is good.
Hmm.
And we go along this wall to this tree, and then forward towards the guard, and just like make sure you headshot him, because if you shoot him in the body, he's going to turn and look at you.
Right.
And the most important thing is like you kind of hugging the wall. You kind of hugging the wall as you approach. Otherwise, you'll get seen.
All right. Seems
So just give
pretty
it a try, and I'll
straightforward.
reset if there's anything you don't quite understand. But that's like a few seconds faster than what you do already. Um, that strat that you do, I did for a long time, and it was because I had grenade camo on in New Game Plus, and I would get seen. And I think
Oh
because
God,
you have
singles
moss
hit me.
camo, yeah, you want to go closer to him. Like, don't be afraid of him. He's not looking towards you. You can go like almost like right up to the fence. Definitely don't get bit by the snake.
That
Oh,
would be
and
bad.
when you roll for this, you can go into it using the D-pad. You can go in sideways, and it's faster. So if you're in prone and it forces you into first person, you can use the D-pad to go sideways. Something Major uses a lot on his run, and it's way faster. So I'm going to show you how to do this room and do the science. No, stop, Joe. Reset the room.
Yeah, I'm resetting it.
All we're going to do here,
Sorry.
if you're watching my screen, all we're going to do, we're going to run diagonal to here, and we're going to run completely diagonal. And when we get to here, we're going to open the pause menu. As soon as we touch that shadow, and we're going to go mask, scientist costume, and as soon as the guard says his voice line, equip the box, unequip the box, and enter the lab. The box resets the amount of time before you get caught. So you're just standing up and you're running diagonally at it. As soon as you touch the shadow of the pole, that's when you open the pause menu. You go mask scientist, and then as soon as the guard says his voice line, when you hear him say it, put your box on, turn your box off.
Uh-oh. I think I gotta Well, let's try it anyway. It's just
No,
for
it's
good
good to try. It's fine.
practice.
Yeah, you'll be fine. That'll be fine. Box, unbox. Yeah.
Yeah, what's this box doing here?
Whew. That was nerve-wracking. I feel like you could have boxed a bit earlier there.
Yeah,
People do that room. I've seen Major and many other people do this room where they don't box at all. And if you want to learn it that way, that's fine. It's just not something I do. Um, it costs like zero point 0.1 to put your box on or whatever and take it off. Um,
and then like you say, just by interrupting it with the box, it gives you a little more leeway to reach the door without being caught and thrown into a scientist jail.
yeah, which would is a run ender. Your run's dead if that happens.
Oh yeah.
Um, so the only thing I'm going to show you different is leaving the lab, not entering it. So from Granin, I'm going to show you a different strat to what you use. And it's
Okay.
only a minor thing, but it's worth knowing.
All right, I'll just pause buffer it as you get in there.
Yeah, you don't have to use the box there if you don't want to. I always do, and as I say, I'm like the laziest runner. I don't leave any room for error when I run this game. All right, so when you run out this room, all you're doing is hugging this left. If you're too far to the right, you get seen, and if you waste any movement at all, you will get caught. So I'll show you again. I'll show you how easy it is to get caught. It's ridiculously easy to get caught. If you move even slightly out too far to the right or go too far south, you'll get seen. So this is like if you get caught for being too far to the right.
All right.
So you have to be against that left wall, but not too close where your box is going to touch it and stop your movement. And this is, I've not done this in a while, but this is if you go too far south, just to give you an idea of the range of it. That's too far south.
Oh yeah, I think that's what I just did there too.
Yeah, so you have to be straight out and in your box and on that line, otherwise you'll get seen.
Oh, I equipped it too soon.
Yeah, you can't unequip it too soon. It's kind of like when you're parallel with the door, you unequip it.
Mm-hmm.
Once you pass the last kind of cubicle, you can unequip it. It's just so none of the scientists of the guard can see you anymore.
Hey, there we go.
So yeah, you can nudge a bit. You can nudge a bit. That's fine. But then just get your cigar gas spray. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. That was just a love bump there. The guards don't mind.
I know you bump the guards and it's fine, but the top one can catch you if you bump him. If you bump him and miss the door, he can stop
Oh,
you.
I leave that guy alone, but this guy, I just kind of give him a friendly exit bump.
Okay, so before you exit, once you get round near the door, don't go through the door and then open your menu. Once you're clear of that guard,
Oh shit.
yeah, just go back in. Because we do our menu in this room. We don't need to. We're gonna do all our menu here. Go back into the room.
So I'll just pretend like as I'm about to open it. So
Yeah.
then,
Normally at this point, if you look on my screen, look at where my stamina is. So I've just become aim shaking, right?
mm-hmm.
And so now I'm equipping the animals camo, so it's like perfect timing. The menu I do here is cigar gas spray on and take the grenade off. You don't have to take the grenade off. It's just like a comfort thing for me, I guess. I'd rather just not have it in my inventory anymore. Um, because we'll probably reset the end like quite a lot. It might still be worth having.
All right, that
Let me
makes
just check.
sense.
I just want to check how we're doing for time, and then I've got like some minor things to show you on the way out. This room exiting, as long as you're almost running like a diagonal line kind of thing. You just kind of run out diagonal, and then once you get to the trucks, you go through the middle of them. And then I go like this. I would go south and then roll into the thing for the vent. Yeah,
See, I
that's
think my
fine.
roll's a little bit early, but yeah, I get the idea.
Yeah, you're well early there, but like this next room, I'm going to show you a setup so we can get the guard quickly. So just let me know when you're watching.
All right.
You normally go to the corner and shoot the guard, but what I'm going to do is go all the way to the left, run down, and then hold my gun out. Oh my fucking god! I was trying to explain at the same time. Excuse me for swearing. if you let him walk too far forwards, it doesn't work. So I'm running to the left of the room. I'm going completely south. I put my gun up and then I press right on the D-pad, and it's really hard to explain, but it's kind of like where the mountain is kind of peeking out a little bit, or the hillside part is peeking out a little bit. That works, but if I try and explain it at the same time, it doesn't. Oh, this is because I'm trying to explain it. But like he walks forward and he's kind of like on raised terrain there. But the position you want to be is like you run out and then it's here. So I'll do
All
it a
right, I
couple
mean
of
that
times.
makes sense. I mean, you're trying to get the same height as the guy's head when you're
Yeah,
aiming at
you're literally doing like a a quick headshot to get him. But I just tap right on the D-pad, which makes the auto aim kind of engage with him.
him. All right, let me give it a shot, like as you're doing it too. So I get up, hug left. Oh, that is a little bit tricky.
If you fail it, don't worry about it. Like definitely go for it. But if you fail it, like just crouch and aim for his head. If you crouch, you're gonna give yourself like an extra second before you get caught. Don't panic and body shot him. Just remain calm. Before you go into the next fight, equip your stun grenade. I do it as I roll for the fence. Right, let me catch up to you now because I've got some stuff to tell you about this fight as well.
All right.
As you're entering this fight, hold L2 while you're mashing. While you're mashing for the cutscene, hold L2 as well because you have to get the menu on the first frame. This first frame, fake death pill, always makes the fear jump to the same tree, which is the closest one. So you'll see him now. He'll always go to this tree that's just slightly on the right where I've got my camera. He
Yeah.
always goes there as long as you hold the menu at the same time. As soon as he takes one step forward, we revive, and then we look to the left when we throw our stun grenade. You're going to throw R1 square and left at the same time, and then unequip and go to your Patriot. So yeah, you can go ahead to do that.
Oh, so when you throw it to the left, it's less turning around for you, and you can
You don't, yeah,
aim faster.
you don't have to face away from the fear. You can look at him and you shoot him immediately. With the Patriot strat, it doesn't really matter. But if you're running like normal and you want to kill him with the M1911, you can't afford to waste that time. But this is like the fastest method as well. You'll probably have to look right away from that. I like hold left at the same time as like as you're recovering. Uh, don't remove the crossbow bolt, by the way. Do not remove that crossbow bolt that's in your leg.
All right, but just cure the poison.
Yeah, just cure the poison. Don't. If you remove the arrow wound, it's going to make the end harder. So we're doing the new end strat. For anyone that doesn't know, for some reason the arrow wound in Snake's leg makes the end spawn in a different position, not a different location, but he spawns completely lying down instead of being knelt with a sniper rifle. It makes him easier to headshot with the new strat if we leave the bolt in. So that's why we're always going to leave the bolt in. I'm not going to teach you how to do Warehouse 2. I'm just going to tell you to roll through the guard at the end.
Yeah,
If
I
you want to
think
use
that's the only
3D
thing
cam for that, that's fine. Like, I don't use 3D cam for this room at all. The important thing for the box headshot is to hold your analog stick in a permanent position and not change it. If you try and like modify your aim while you're doing it, it doesn't work. But just try rolling through the guard, and just rolling him, not CQCing him, and roll through the door, and then
actually,
re-equip your box.
I'm gonna do that over.
Yeah, so
Oh,
you
so
can't.
you roll into the door as
You
it
roll through
opens.
the door. If you roll at that red door, it will open. You won't like hit it and nudge it.
Okay, so that's how it is.
Yeah.
Let's try it again. Wow, I'm actually surprised that hit him. Thought that roll was short, and that missed.
Yeah, don't
All
worry
right, so
about it. Like,
we
I
got.
mean, you know how easy this room is to fail. Like, it's
Oh
simple.
yeah,
But
yeah. That's
like,
the
a
one thing
CQC
about
is
this.
like 3 or 4
Like,
seconds.
yeah, like there's a lot of rooms where it's satisfying to get through it, but at the same time, it's so easy to miss it. So here we go. So we go box. Oh, so that's... Wow, that was close.
You want to take and re-equip the box. You re-equip the box straight away, and that's what stops him from seeing you.
All right,
If you
so
don't get the door closed, as long as you've re-equipped the box, it's fine. But yeah, I love that room. It's probably one of my favorite rooms in the whole run. All right, I've got some cool strats to teach you in these next couple of rooms. So just go up to the next room with guards, roll through into the codec, and then go up to the next room with guards and pause it.
Right. All right, paused.
Okay. So some people go on like the left or the right here, but it doesn't really matter to which one you do. The most important thing is you're going to roll this first guard from behind him. So you will need to be like behind him when you roll, and he'll end up behind that tree. You shoot that tree there and open your menu, and then you go to your stun grenade. And as soon as you've equipped your stun grenade, you're going to change your direction, so you're kind of on the left side of this, more towards the left of this opening. This guard might have already seen me, but I'll tell you in a second. You're going to open your stun grenade there so he doesn't hear you. I'll do this a couple of times to show you it. It's kind of hard to do while I'm playing. Go round that tree on the right, and then you just bump into this guard with your box, and then spray him. And then spray this next guard just for safety while we're learning. I'll just show you again. Like, I'll go get caught somehow. It's all about movement. That's literally it. If you kind of mess this up, it's because you messed your movement up.
Right.
It's so hard to get. I really wish I didn't get that last guard.
Yeah,
I'll do it. I'll do.
Seems to be the ongoing theme of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
game is it's all comes back to movement.
Yeah, I'll do this. I'll do this a few times so you can see it. As I say, like I've seen you trank roll all the guards in here. It's just unoptimal. You're losing. I think it's fair to say you lose quite a lot of time in this room and a lot of resources, and it's just kind of unnecessary. A lot of what you do. Make sure you're behind the guard when you roll. Shoot that, and then as soon as you shoot, you open your menu at the same time. So I'm just going to leave it open, and then watch how I change my direction that I'm moving in.
All right.
Because I want to be on the left side of that opening. If you're not on the left, the guard will see you. I always unequip to go to Cigar Gas Spray, so you unequip and then it's just once, right? You have to do this movement buffer here. You have to go around the tree to the right. Oh crap, that's too much. Too much buffer. It doesn't matter if this guard hears you. You just kind of bump into him. And then I'll use this guard to see me so I can reset the room. So give that a try.
Yeah, let me
Give that a try. I mean, it ain't the easiest room, mate. But it really is about your movement and nothing else.
So up the hill. Behind him. Fire. Okay, then just go down on the SIG.
Yeah, so the way you change your movement there was perfect. You can't box until like you get right round that corner as well. Go around the tree for a buffer, that's great, and then just bump straight into him. When you bump, let go of all your movement. Don't be trying to bump and keep moving. Okay,
So
don't go into the next room yet. Just try.
Stop.
Yeah. When you bump him, you just completely stop and just spray. Try this a few times. Because it is. I don't think it's the easiest, but I think you really understood about that movement. Moving to the left after you equip your stun grenade, which worked. Just go back to the one guard that you snuck past, basically, and he'll be able to see you.
Yeah, someone's got to hear this.
Go over to the west.
There we
and
go.
Basically, go back along the path, and you'll be fine.
All right, so here we go. So up and left. Past these trees. Up this hill in between the trees. Gets me behind this guy. Roll. Take the shot. Menu. Sharp left. Stay left. Almost got caught. Box. Switch to SIG. Around this tree without bumping into it too much. See, then bump spray. Around this tree. bump, spray. That was
Yeah,
it.
there's a little bit more of an optimal thing is we just roll through that guard at the end, but while you're just picking up on this strat, I think it's good to just make sure you're spraying the guard and taking him out. Okay, now with your Mark 22, take the suppressor off it
Okay.
and unequip it as well before you go into the end. So completely unequip it so you don't have it equipped anymore, and then go into the end fight. And I'm just going to do this room, so just start the end fight and pause it, and then I'm just going to catch you up.
Okay.
The reason we unequip it is the same as Ocelot. It allows us to equip it on the first frame of the fight, or like right at the start of the fight. All right, the end, Joe. Are you excited to learn the end?
Oh, you bet. I mean, because like we were talking earlier before this, and I guess for people watching, like Apache had asked me, which one of the boss fights do you feel prior to Grazigrad feel like loses the most amount of time, and there's some ones that were, I think, kind of in common, but the one thing I always remarked on was like, I'm doing this old end loop, and if he gets away from me, I lose like so much time. And Apache comes up, he's like, man, wait till I show you this new loop. And it's actually been optimized even after when it was first started, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was by
ridiculously
Major
faster.
Zero.
It's ridiculously faster. If we have to reset this fight, it's a pain in the ass because we have to like kill ourselves to do it. But I'm gonna go through it briefly with you. This is like very new stuff, and it's easy to forget the different parts of it. But right at the start, we're gonna re-equip our gun, and we're just gonna press up on the D-pad. And now the end can see us. We can see the end, but the end can't see us. And we're just going to shoot him 3 times by quick reloading. Don't do this mega fast. Just do it like carefully and make sure they're all hitting. You can hear a sound of him every time you hit him. So now we've knocked him down. We're going to run over to the right. And you'll hear a voice line from him if you've knocked him down successfully. When we get to here, we want our stun grenades on previous. And we're just going to look at this wall and do punch, punch, kick 6 times. 4, 5, 6. Re-equip the stun grenade, press left on the D-pad, and just throw a stun grenade out towards that tree. And then what I do is, after it's gone off, I shoot the Patriot like this. And now we're going to run over to where the end has now spawned. So there's smoke here covering us, stopping him from hitting us. When you get to this tree, look in first person and throw your stun grenade left of the tree. And now you need to not blind yourself. Get behind the end. You need to get right behind him and you go punch, punch, smoke, punch, punch. And then we're going to hold him up. So after you've done that punch, you need to open your menu and then hold him up. So he's held up now. And once he puts his gun on the floor like a traditional loop, you can spray him. And what I do is smoke first. Back to the cigar gas spray. As soon as he coughs, you need to spray, because that allows you to do the stun grenade without getting another cough. Look up for the stun grenade. Spray. Knock him down. And then we're going to run all the way north. Don't ever stop moving. Don't stop moving. Just go like this and then turn round for him. And then I would normally punch him to end the fight or spray twice. But because I want to show you this fight, I don't want to end the fight.
Right.
I don't
like
know.
the whole idea is to fight and beat him in one room.
Yeah. Yeah, so
interesting.
So just to start the fight, just like press north on your D-pad, shoot him 3 times to knock him down, and then open your menu, and I'll explain the next stage to you. You do it, hold your menu, I'll explain the next stage to you. I think that's the easiest way to go through this. So you can see his gun flashing.
Yeah, the lens, right. All right, so now we go here.
I don't think you've knocked him down. That's good. It's really hard to like kind of tell from watching your stream.
2,
Roll
3,
and
4.
I'm a little bit delayed, but
6. All right, so I have a pause buffer on the 6th kick. So now after this,
you're going to throw a smoke grenade. You're just going to press left on the D-pad, and you're going to throw a smoke grenade towards the big tree that's in your direction. As soon as you look left, you'll see a huge tree. and
All
you're just
right.
going to throw a smoke grenade at it, and then hold your menu again. You're going to, once that goes off, once the smoke grenade blows up, you're going to fire your Patriot at the wall. Just like give it a good burst of the Patriot at the wall. And then run towards the smoke, and once you see the smoke, you equip your stun grenade.
Throw it at this batch of grass here.
Yeah, you really don't need to be that hidden. Like the smoke kind of like does the work for you.
All right,
And
so
you
then,
definitely don't want to get flashed. You need to be behind the end, and you're going to go punch, punch, spray, punch, punch, hold up. So
all
no,
right, so I
just
messed that up. Yeah, let me
reset the
try
fire.
to reset the room.
Yeah, just a grenade won't kill you, so you need to get the TNT.
Wow, I haven't caught by one of those in forever.
Yeah. Just watch out, because if he kills you here, it's going to send you really far back.
Oh,
And that trap is good to be aware of.
yeah, watch where you're stepping, folks.
So just get to the point where you're about to throw the grenade and hold it, and I'll explain it to you.
Wow, that lag, even on HD edition. That was a big explosion. All right, so here we go. So it's gonna put me back right here. Whip the gun. Aim right at the lens flare there, or the glint.
You don't need to equip your gun. You're just pressing R2 to get your gun because you already have it set up in your menus.
Oh yeah, the previous. That's right. All right, so I think you said roll up to this tree, and then we go punch.
With
punch,
your gun, you have your gun equipped, and you roll and equip the stun grenade, then unequip it and do the punch buffer. But that's just like optimization. As long as we're getting this right, this is fine.
Throw it at the big tree.
Once you get to the tree where you throw your stun grenade,
Oh,
pause.
oh yeah, I already.
Yeah, that's fine. We're not up to there yet.
See, I wonder if this is still gonna work.
Possibly. Who knows? Let's find out. Let's find out together.
All right, so throw it at the grass. Wow, it actually did work.
You're not hiding behind that tree. You're not trying to hide from him.
Oh, because his direction is not looking at that way. He's looking towards the right.
The smoke covers you anyway, so like don't worry about it.
All right, so now I'm
Yeah,
right here.
It's punch punch, sig spray, punch punch, hold up.
All right, so punch, punch, sig spray, punch, punch, hold up. Let him go down. Then it's sig spray.
Sig spray, smoke grenade. Yep.
Okay, then once we cough, sig spray. Done.
Run it off.
Look up. Sig spray. Uh-oh. Oh, there it goes. Run away. Then turn.
And you just spray him twice. It should finish him.
Hey, there we go. Wasn't too bad.
Nice recovery there because you hadn't done enough damage somewhere. So you kind of recovered it with the extra punches. Like you wouldn't have had enough damage otherwise. But it's worth like knowing that he runs north. If you knock him down, he's going to run south. So if you don't have enough, you can like you're going to know where he's going, and you get used to the pattern of him and where he goes and stuff. Like I get that this strat is hard. You can start walking up the ladder, by the way, because I've got to do this fight again.
So now I guess while I'm going up there and while you're catching up, is the whole concept of that loop is made possible because of the arrow?
Yeah, no, the arrow, when you leave the arrow in, because he spawns prone, it's easier to do high damage to him. When he spawns in the kneeling position, you tend to get more body shots, which means you have to do extra stuff to end the fight. Because of us having high damage, we can end the fight with like one loop, basically.
And then I guess what I'm trying to figure out is, like, since he starts on that cliff, right, which is in that room you're in, but he's in an elevated position, and he somehow shows up lower left, which is where you're now setting up your stun. And I'm just wondering, like, how in the world does he go from that cliff to that spot so quickly?
He can teleport every... Let me just do this. Oh, I'm not going to get the fucking hold up. He can teleport every 25 seconds, and it's where when he hears a loud sound.
Man, this guy's full of surprises.
So I'm just doing like a backup version if you messed up the loop. It's hard to kind of explain, but I'm not going to go through that with you. But I always know, like, when I've knocked him down here, I know he's going back this way. So it's a good thing to be aware of.
Yeah, because like traditionally, he always tries to like evade you once you've done some damage to him. You know, because he's trying to create space, and you could take advantage of that, knowing like where you are and where he can possibly go to.
Yeah, if he's south, he always runs north. But if he's north, if you're north of him, he'll run south. If you're south of him, he'll run north. So it's worth being aware of because he can do one to the north, and then he becomes really hard to kind of keep the loop on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we have just one more screen and then a bit of the Fury. We've only got about 10 minutes left before your run's kind of due to start.
Right.
So it's going to go a little bit over, I guess. So I'll try and I'll skip out Mountain 1 and 2. There are some stuff that I want to show you in Mountain 1 and 2. But we can save that for another time. Like I definitely want to do another one of these with you for the end game as well.
Mm-hmm.
Teach you like the Shagohod loop, some stuff about the boss, just that. But like, it's not enough time for in one day. So we'll just get to that. Hopefully, Plywood's okay with that as well. If we just go a little bit over on
Yeah, I think we covered a
stuff.
lot of material in just a short amount of time.
It's jam-packed, right? This game is jam-packed.
I mean, because for those watching, and I've been running this game for almost about a year, and this is like a crash course of what would take people, weeks, months to figure out and actually like practice and perfect on. So, I mean, I'm not gonna catch everything, but it's actually really nice to actually see and demonstrate alongside, like how it's done, and even just feel the difference without even checking the timer.
Yeah, man, you're picking up the stuff really quickly as well. It's a lot, and there's so much to this run, and the first like 40 minutes of this run are absolutely ridiculous. There's just room after room of tough stuff. Like I say, there was some stuff I want to show you in Mountain 1 and 2, but we'll just learn Mountain 3. We'll learn the Fury real quick because you mostly know the Fury anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So there's not really much to teach you there. And then we'll get to your run because we could talk about this game. We could play this game forever, and we do as well. So,
and I guess while you're climbing the ladder, I mean, I guess for those watching, I mean, do you remember that ladder being in Phantom Pain? Because I surely don't.
Isn't this quiet skip?
Maybe.
Don't you go up the ladder and that skips quiet? I don't know how the Phantom Pain works.
I don't remember the ladder being that tall though. All right, let me try to get this guy again.
So I've asked Dad. Dad says it's okay to play until the Fury.
Also, while we're catching up here, just shout outs to Plywood for handling the technical restreaming and putting this on today.
Yeah, it's been good.
Now, definitely check out the guy because he is going to be running Metal Gear Ghost Babel, which is also followed by Metal Gear Solid 1 on Extreme, which I think the news was just released earlier today, which I was really jumping for joy about that because, I know he was trying to get Ghost Babel in for some time, and just to hear the news that MGS1 gets into, which I think is part of SGDQ, or was it a separate thing for what it was? But either way, shout-outs to the man. And also be sure to follow Apache at his, not infamous, but very famous Twitter handle of @ApacheSmash. If you like memes, he's got plenty of them.
Damn infamous Twitter. I had no idea.
I mean, you do have plenty of memes on that Twitter, don't you?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of memes, but I don't know if it's infamous.
Hey, we're just trying to riff here. I mean, you got to give me a break.
Yeah, yeah, just dunk on me. That's fine. Oh my
All right, so I'm
god.
just resetting Mountain 3.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you stuff in Mountain 3. So, I'm gonna teach you the hard stuff, the real stuff.
Yeah, I was actually mixing a little bit with it before this event, so I'm interested to see, you know, what potential there is here. All right, so Mountain 3.
Yeah, Mountain 3. As I stated, this room is tough, and your movement really matters. So you absolutely cannot enter the room with the box. You have to be walking. If you enter this room with the box, the strat won't work. When you do that line to the guard, right? I will just show you this again quickly. When you do that line to the guard, you're running directly at him, and then you turn in and roll into the right. So you're basically running straight on with him, and then turn into the right at the end. And for ages, like I did this a different way. Um, I would like try and almost take the angle for the roll, and that's bad. Like just really pay attention to the movement because it's the most important thing about this strat. You can do it without putting the box on at all. I just like to put it on for a little bit here and then take it off again. You're running right at him and then roll in. So that's going to work. He's now looking at the wall. It takes a little while to get used to, but if you do the movement right, it will be a lot easier. When you roll over him, you open your menu, and you go to the M1911 and you take the silencer off. And you go straight back into the box as well. As soon as you can see that door, you come out of the box and shoot, and then you go back into it. If you don't turn like completely to the left there, if you don't turn completely to the left and roll, if you don't get that roll onto the first bit of ledge, this strat doesn't work. After you've rolled, you just mash in triangle to get up the next ledge, and as soon as you stand up on it, you equip your box because that cancels the animation. You have to be. I think I lost some time because I was opening menus and stuff, but I'm just trying to explain it as best I can while doing it, which is kind of difficult with these rooms.
Yeah.
That's
All
how
right, that's
precise the
fine.
movement is, though. Like the amount of time that I lost for opening the menu where I shouldn't, that was enough to get me caught. So be straight on with him. Roll, unequip your silencer.
Box.
As soon as you see the door, shoot. Turn, roll, cancel your animation with the box, and then you need to be as close. You need to be nearer those boxes. If you're too far out, he can see you. Once you get to this bit, you roll. And I think he's seen me anyway here. But when
Interesting.
you're listening to the radio call, and as the radio call is ending, that's when you want to roll to the right. And it's a little bit different on English because the radio call is a bit longer, which actually makes this room a lot safer. Um, you get about an extra second to mess around with. They did not want to catch you there, did they? Yeah, so run straight at the guard and then turn and roll to the right. So you're like running forward and then right and roll as he acknowledges your footsteps.
Oh,
So reset, it won't work.
yeah.
You're kind of going in an L shape a little bit because you're avoiding the hills. You want to get past the barrel before you put your box on.
Oh, shoot. Don't worry, that guy's fine. No guards were harmed in the making of this
Just before
episode.
you reset, kind of look at where you're going. You're running towards the barrel, and then you're going around it a little bit. Just watch the ditch and stuff. I don't think the strat is easy. I think this is a hard room.
Okay, so see the door, fire.
I feel like you messed that up completely, but it's still like because your movement was like right. You ran at the guard and then turned to the right.
Oh, this ain't gonna
It
work.
worked. Yeah, if you
Let me try
miss
that
that,
again.
it's over. And make sure you're not trying to move. After you climb up that first ledge, don't move, just mash triangle. And then when you climb up the second ledge, equip your box as soon as you get to the top because you're cancelling the end lag of the animation. If you put your back against the thing and then climb up it, it won't work.
Not sure if that's gonna work, but we'll
No,
try it for
probably not.
practice anyway.
Probably not.
Close to the... Yeah. Man, this is hard.
It's not too bad because your movement at the moment is crazy. You can't be that far north. As you're going up that path on the right, you can't be north. You have to be on the ledge of the south of it. Like, you have to be ridiculously close to the ledge. It's quite annoying, really. Every bit of stutter that you're getting, by the way, like every bit of stutter there that you're getting, you can just get rid of by using the box.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about that. All right, so we go right here, box from here to there.
Every bit of stutter you're
Right
getting as well, you slow it in the room, and the room is less likely to work.
Okay, then we go like this. I'm too far north again?
I'll tell you in a second. Yeah, you need to be where that path curves around. You need to be as close to the south of it as you can possibly be.
Oh, that guy saw me in the box. Whoops.
Yeah, you're just like way too far to the left there. You need to go in an L shape, kind of like, yeah, like in a backwards L shape. It's like right and then north, but go around the barrel the opposite direction.
Ah.
Yeah, you shot too late there.
Yeah, it's a lot of things to get right, but I do like what it does, like when you do get it.
Yeah, I think I timed this. Let me see if I time this room out for you. Mountain 2, Mountain 3. You're 24 seconds slower in here for the strat you do.
Oh, shit. I wonder if that's even gonna work.
I don't know.
I'll try it. Oh, now
No,
it won't.
you're not, because you're not in the box. If you're not in the box moving up that path and walking slower, you're not fast enough.
Yeah.
Right. That movement for the roll, to roll up onto that ledge, you go fully north and you have to put your analog stick like fully left as you roll, otherwise it doesn't work. And you have to be in the middle of the path and then look left and roll. It like not as separate motions though. Yeah, this is looking a lot better.
Probably not gonna work again. Yeah.
It's because you're too far out to the right. You need to be in the middle. You're moving out to the right to roll into the left. That's not how it works. And even when you're on that pathway, let me show you the strat another couple of times.
So I gotta be like closer in the middle, right?
Yeah, let me show you a few times.
Yeah, I keep getting caught there.
Because you're in the middle of the path. You're literally stood in the middle of the path. You need to be south. You need to be against as far south as you can be while moving in that path. Let me show you a few times,
All right.
and I'll explain it as I go.
Yeah.
I don't know if this will work because I've just done this from a pause screen, but we'll try it anyway. My sound's gonna out of sync. I need to sort that out. It's really annoying when your sound's out of sync to play this game. Give me a second. It's because I started from a pause.
Right.
I just need to reset my sound because it's all out of sync. And my capture card occasionally, like if I leave it for a while, just like over the course of a game, it will go out of sync. It's really frustrating.
Oh yeah, I get the feeling, dude.
I think I shot too early there. See how close I am to the ledge? I'm like as far south as you can possibly be.
Wow, that is tight.
Yeah, it's a little bit better on American because you get longer for the radio call before you get seen. I need to get caught here, and I don't know how to get caught. There we go. When I watched other people do this strat, a lot of them use the 3D camera to do that movement around the box, where this movement here. Like the fact that you got
the roll
caught,
there.
the fact that you didn't get caught there was a miracle.
Yeah.
Like that's the only reason you didn't get caught is a miracle. Like you should have 100% got caught for being too in the middle of that pathway, and that's why you need to get used to immediately being as south as possible. Does that make sense? Like you're moving
Yeah.
in the middle of it, you need to be closer to the screen, I guess, is the best way to describe it.
It's just I think it's part of the camera orientation, maybe where it's, if I go too far, south, I'm gonna fall off, kind of thing.
Yeah, but you're gonna have to go for it because otherwise you're gonna get caught. So just like forget about your instinct and stuff. Just press down and make sure you're in it because like that's the only reason it works. But Ian, maybe even if like you don't like this, you could try it in the 3D camera because I know like you're quite comfortable with using that. Just as you get up the ledge, switch into the 3D camera.
Oh. Yeah, it's that other roll.
Better. So
It's
you
getting
can
better,
go
though.
you can go a lot further up that path like before you get seen. You need to roll. If you don't roll onto that ledge, you're seen. The only backup is as soon as you fall down, go into first person and shoot the barrel. Like that'll kill the guard, and it'll keep Foxhound as well. But we don't want to learn backups. We just want to learn this stuff, get it right. And
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, like this is a hard room. I think it's a difficult room. It's just very precise.
Yeah, the mountains are always a fun time. All right, let's try it again. Go straight, roll over. Okay, then up here. I'm gonna try the 3D camera and see if that helps.
Yeah. The place I would switch into the 3D camera is as you roll onto the first ledge, and when you're climbing up to the second, you can change it there. It's a good place to like start it off with.
So like I'll keep it up to here.
I know that Raichu uses the 3D camera when he's done this strategy in the past. Hikari has as well.
Yeah, that's a lot easier.
Yeah, you can see how close to the ledge you have to be then.
Man, I can't believe it's that tight.
Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, that was excellent. Like that was the only bit you were kind of struggling to get there, so that's fine. You should always use the box to open that door and then roll for it.
Oh yeah, yeah, I forgot about that one.
Crap. Why was he not seeing me? Right, I was gonna do this room really quick. So you may as well go to just before the Fury. Oh, don't pick up the noodles because we're gonna use animals camo. No more fire camo. No more stamina. Forget that. We're not doing that.
Yeah, I think I've slowly gotten used to the fact of not using the fire camo anymore. Even though the PB run has it, because I was just desperate.
Just go into like the room before the Fury, basically.
Right. My leg!
Just stop there, Joe, because I'm going to show you something in the Fury room.
All right. All right, so we're just getting word from Papa Plywood that right after the Fury fight is when we're actually gonna start the run.
Yeah, that's fine. That's exactly where we're going to start as anyway, because you know there's some new Rykov stuff I can show you, but the way you do it now is fine. It's safe. The only other thing I would say is after Groznygrad. In fact, no, we'll save it for another time. I'll show you the rest
Right.
of the run on another one. So the Fury. Before we go into the Fury, we're going to literally roll and grab onto the ledge for the load zone. It's completely safe and it's way faster. So you just like you run down this room, and then you literally like, oh crap, I didn't do my menu for my weapon. It's a good job I noticed before I got into the fight. That would have been awful. Make sure you Mosin the Gauntlet on before you start the fight, and you just roll and grab the ledge, and it'll start the fight. Like it's pretty safe. So the Fury. Um, when the fight starts, you'll be able to hear what way he lands by using the headphones, so you'll know whether he's left or right. And we're just going to run towards, like, I know he's on the right. So the safest thing to do is just get his attention and run against the wall. Oh my god. What the hell's going on?
Well, let me try the ledge grab anyhow.
Yeah. You need to be moving when you do it for it to work. Like, you need to
Wow,
be
that was
running.
lucky.
It's completely free. It's so free. It's so free. Right. All I do at the start of this fight is run completely south and equip the box. For the safest method, we're going to like get his attention and then run against the wall in the box, and he won't be able to like hit you with the flamethrower. Oh my god, what the hell's going on with this fight? All I wanted to show you, like, is that you can't get hit by the fire, even like the remnants of it, if you kind of run against the wall as he's hitting the flamethrower. So if you just run against the wall, he can't actually hit you. I don't know why I'm getting Moving Fury today. I like literally never get this. Do you know like how many shots it is to end the fight and stuff?
It's my math is right. Here, I just rather do that over. It's 3-2-3 is how I've been trying to learn it recently.
Yeah,
Which
so
would
it works
be
in it's 8, so it works in any combination of that as
right.
well. So whether you want to do it 3-2-3 or 2-3-3. The most important thing is like just not getting hit by him. And to not get hit, whatever from wherever he's shooting you, go behind the wall and run against the wall in your box. So like you just hold right against the wall and like the fire won't hit you. You want to be a little bit up still. But as long as you're like pushing the box into the wall, it's not going to hit you. Obviously, if you're wearing the box and he hits you with the flamethrower, you'll not catch fire.
I like how the Fury was trying to, encourage me learning this loop, where he was like, "There you go."
Yeah, I mean the setup that most people use is kind of like they'll try and shoot him immediately, and the way to do that is like you have to fully press the direction before you get out of the box to face him. Otherwise, you don't have enough time to hit him before he hits you, because he reacts to you faster in European Extreme than he does in any other difficulty. But I don't think that's like. I'm not going to teach you that today, and anyway, I'm like probably the wrong person to teach you. I'm so bad at it. But as long as you're avoiding the fight, keeping him in the south, that's all fine. So the way you do the Fury is fine, and the way you lost it on your PB is because you literally missed a shot on him. So like, just practice it more, you'll be fine. All that time you spend when you're running south, when you do your menu when you're running south, you're actually causing a lot of harm for yourself by doing that. It's not safe to do that. Don't menu while you're stationary, don't menu while you're running south. Just go in the box so you don't get caught by the fire. And then when you come out of the box facing him, that's when you do your menu. Or if you're going to be safe, let him acknowledge you, start shooting you, and then hide, and then come out and hit him. So it's just a movement thing. It's just like not good movement, basically, that's causing that to happen. You need to acknowledge the sounds that he makes as well. Like he's really obvious, and he choreographs everything he's going to do with the sounds he makes.
Wow, that was an interesting starting spot.
So we'll just do the fight, and we'll just do the fight.
A really funny way to lose to him as I'm trying to jump after him. All right, let's try that again.
Yeah, I think we'll just do the Fury as you do, and like as I say, in your PB it was fine, and it would have been a fast Fury if you hadn't have missed the shots and had to chase him around. So he had time to acknowledge you there. But it's just like a minor thing. It's like menu stuff. It's like,
Oh, that wasn't too bad. I mean, I missed a shot, but I was able to keep him there. But yeah, but I think, yeah, to your point, it's just, being able to react to which side he lands on, how to evade the bursts effectively,
just being
properly
safe
time.
from it. Yeah. Like
Yeah, and just
pushing against the wall in the box is like the most important thing.
because
You kind of
for
wait.
people, yeah, because for people watching, it's like the most difficult thing other than evading the fire is when the loop is broken and he starts flying all over the place, which is sort of what he's doing right now on a patchy screen. And when the Fury starts flying all over the place, when his stamina gets lower and lower, his movement becomes more erratic, and that's where your run could just go up in flames.
Yeah.
I had
Ha
to kind of
ha
squeeze that in,
ha.
but it's yeah, but yeah, Apache, I just want to thank you for the time, and I'm looking forward to trying to apply some of it.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's a lot. It's like it's so much information. It's just room after room after room, and we changed a lot of stuff from what you do. It's going to be difficult to kind of, um, it's going to take time to build that into your muscle memory, but it really will be worth doing. It'll be minutes and minutes of time save, um, to do this stuff, to implement this stuff.
I think if I
Um,
want to reset it with loading trick, I should just get caught in this room because I don't have any explosives left.
yeah,
Unless
that
if I
works
just
too.
clear the rubble and just be like, "Hey, Fury, could you kind of reset the game for me if you're still alive
I
over there?"
I just jump off the bit where the fence is.
Oh wait, I forgot there was a gap there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just got
let's
to
go
get
with the
that
more
extra bit of
interesting
load
option.
trick. Yeah, and I really do appreciate that this is like a lot different from the way you play. Like, it's the same game, but we've done so much stuff differently. Um, so don't worry about making mistakes. Um, follow the advice. Don't default to an old strat because it's more comfortable. Like, it's okay to get stuff wrong, dude. And
Yeah,
over time, the
it's
time
definitely
save will
gonna
be
take
there.
some adjustment, but a lot of these basic elements, I think, in the long run, will help me out with not only getting better, but it's just the time gains I'll get. Will come in time. Like I won't expect them to like get it all at once right away. Like I'll just be fortunate just to even get some of it.
I mean, I'm proud of you anyway, and like, as long as I see you going for the right stuff, that's good enough for me, dude. Best of luck with the run, and I'll be here still. I'm not going anywhere, so.
All right, so then I guess plywood. If there's anything else to chime in with, I'm ready to go as soon as I get this loaded.
Just give me a countdown, and I'll start the timer.
All right, and then again, I just yeah, thank you for putting this on, and plus giving us a go ahead to go a little over with the training. But all right, so it's gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start.
Just want to let you know that you're welcome, and my rate is $30 an hour.
Is that it? Cheap. He's cheap.
Does that
Hey
include a tip?
man, it's not bad. It's not too bad.
This marked the beginning of the era called the Cold War.
Hey man, I mean, if you want to learn from the best, you got to pay for the best. All right, here we go. Virtuous. And I guess also while things get underway, just another shout out to those putting this together. But for those watching along, if you ever want to try to, run games such as Metal Gear Solid 3 or anything within that vein that interests you and wanting to know more, there is a very, very handy website called MetalGearSpeedrunners.com, along with a wiki, a Discord server, a bunch of other things. But 100% definitely get involved in the Discord community. Lots of good people in there willing to, help others, whether if it's a brand new person, a veteran, or maybe perhaps someone who ran the game once and kind of just came back from the shadows and just wants to kind of get up to date on things. And they definitely encourage new people. We're always happy to have new faces come in and try to show them the way of speed running. And, definitely check it out. All right, so we're gonna go over this gator, evade the tail, walk over the head so you don't get bitten. But at least I remember that one. And now for the loading zone, I think it was left. Roll up to the left. All right, there we go. Because I remember the other one's on the right.
Yeah, the only one that's on the right is Bolshire Pass South.
Right. All right, so now we're starting this segment, so I'm not going to spam. It's going to flick up. That seems a lot less stressful to do than just trying to quick spam it. As much as it feels like it's faster, and I know it's hard to believe, but I feel like I'm more error-ridden of having something go wrong because one of the shots doesn't connect.
Sometimes the auto aim just doesn't cooperate in that area.
Yeah.
That can be the problem.
Because, like, the problem with the auto-aiming is, like, when it tries to fire the next round, it doesn't always reacquire it nicely. Okay, I kind of screwed up that roll, but it still worked out for the best there.
That's fine.
But, you know, sometimes when you're trying to spam fire and... Okay, I already scuffed that one, but I'll just back it up quickly by...
Got a backup, that's all good.
Yeah, shooting him in the face.
Ah, you've learned our secret backup strats now. Shooting people in the face.
Oh, don't mind me, fellas. Yeah, I think the intruder's that way. Oh, it's not me. I'm just visiting. Yeah, so while they're trying to look for a ghost, you know, because after all, I mean, we're playing Phantom Pain today. I mean, so I mean, there's got to be something involving phantoms, right? So 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm gonna go for what I call the leap of faith roll. All right, so my turn was a little late, which, you know, not a big deal. It's a hard roll to do because it's, you know, like the running theme of this episode today is it all comes back to movement, and I'm already messing up that movement right now as I'm talking. All right, so here we go. Just got to execute the roll as soon as you can. There is a little bit of a delay before the alert kicks in. But if you get it just before it goes off and you run into the next room, you should be fine. But the turning for rolling into that guy is really tight. It's, I don't know, to me in Virtuous, it was probably one of the hardest things to do. It's not the shooting, not the, you know, auto-aim, tippy-toe headshot, lock-ons. It's getting that roll, which for some people might feel like, well, wait a minute, it's just a roll. But it's what you do leading up to it that, you know, really makes a difference. And I think this one is right. Or no, I think it's the other one I'm thinking of.
They're pretty much the same. Like, don't worry about them. They're fine. The only one that they're all left, apart from the one in Bolshire Pass, which is Bolshire Pass South, which is right. But the one for the cure menu is the one before the cure menu doesn't really matter so much.
Man, I sure don't remember doing this in Phantom Pain whenever I get injured. Do you?
No.
I mean, you just get this little spray followed by a very dramatic grunting. I mean, it shit hurts. Pardon my language, but I mean, you know, the open spray on a wound, I mean, it probably stings a lot. Okay, so we're done with Virtuous. Now moving on to the fun part of the run. And again, for those watching, like for, you know, trying to learn this game, it really does feel like everything from Virtuous up to Ocelot Unit is probably one of the tougher things to get right when trying to go for things like Foxhound or even just trying to get through it quickly. And it's just like so many things can go wrong, but at the same time, like going from Virtuous to the Pain really does set the tempo on where your run can go. And if you mess up a room or anything like that, that could be it right there, even if the rest of your run is perfect.
It comes down to a lot to the optimizations as well, because we're moving through these rooms so quickly in a game where if you get caught, it's immediately over kind of thing.
All right, so I definitely like using the original camera for this now.
Yeah, it's good. It's nice.
You know, it makes it like it makes the movement easier.
Yeah, you wasted a little bit of movement on the way, but like you do have some leeway. It's just not a whole lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I definitely don't want to hang right too much, because then even if I let go of the grenade, the guy's just going to see me anyway. Okay, at that time I was hugging it too much.
Yeah, it's the first movement where you got stuck on the wall a bit. Like
Yeah.
you're in the middle of the room and then you're hugging the left wall. You have to go around the tree before you can hug the wall, basically.
All right, there we go. I think this might do it. Wow, I'm actually surprised that worked. Yeah, I'll take what I
Yeah,
can get.
so am I, but I'm glad. Good recognition to stop for a moment, even if you think it's going to go wrong. Don't just try and rush the room because it's never going to work if you go immediately after the second roll. It might work if you wait. So that was good.
I mean, even when you're trying to run the game and things like that happen, and if they happen to work out, I mean, just take it. I mean, they're not mistakes; they're just happy accidents. Quoting our ever so wise Bob Ross. If you're ever looking for a chill time, you know, especially during crazy days like this, a little bit of Bob Ross will do you some good. I mean, you just leave a happier person. All right, so now it goes like this. So back, triangle, triangle. Man, that makes me so much happier that that's how you do it. Because I'll tell you what, falling off of that damn thing to get the box and having to go all the way back up, it really is kind of like the walk of shame.
Yeah, if that's the only thing you remember that I taught you today, then I'm good with that. Like as long as you did the boxes correctly, who
Hey, man,
cares about anything
if you're good with it, I'm good with it too. All right, so now it goes down, up, Patriot, D-Mike out, then
Box.
box, and then the mask is later.
Yes, yeah, it's later. It's when we equip brown camo before the pain, and then we get the mask with the scientist costume.
All right, uh-oh. Wow, I'm actually surprised I hit him.
Wow, I can't believe that worked either.
Yeah, because the railing was in the way. I'm probably gonna get spotted here. What, did I... Oh, I hit his hand?
Yeah.
Again. Wow, this is the most, like,
So
jerry-rigged, like, hostile unit I've ever done.
you've so got away with this.
Oh,
Oh
he
my God.
moved. What? Oh, there he is.
This
Yeah,
is like,
I'd rather do this over, honestly.
if you have a bad position, like just move Snake. Don't like.
Yeah, try to go for a bad shot.
Yeah, just move Snake, and if he gets the red exclamation mark above his head, he moves away and then he goes back to his original position. So just focus on moving Snake. Like come out of first person view and move Snake into a better position.
Try it again. I like how that guy's telling me how to do this, even though he's doing something else. He's telling me to move. It's like if you're trying to do this and you forget. Uh-oh. Well, I'd be surprised if that worked. Oh, there we go again. Oh, they said I didn't shoot his hand again. I don't think that's gonna work, but we'll try it. Oh, it's just a sniper left now. Where the heck is he? Oh, never mind then. I think he heard me call his name and, you know, fainted.
Yeah, so you probably just like put a body shot in him and then moved on to the next one, and then he was down shortly after that.
So roll over, gun. Or no, wait, it's
No,
box.
not your gun, it's your box.
All right, I'll get it as I load into this room.
Yeah, and put your gun back.
There we go.
You need it to be the M1911.
Yeah, it's probably just a force of habit of having the trank again. All right, so now it's roll. Take a few steps forward. till I dive in.
Yeah, and don't swim immediately after diving. Let him get some distance first, and yeah, because when he dives, he like pushes out quite far. But if you press X, you interrupt it.
Oh, I see. So you kind of let him coast for a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so pick up the nade. Don't pick up the ammo. And then roll up to the codec.
Cigar for the leech.
All right. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the fact that I don't pick up the bug juice now of dealing with the leech.
You get used to it, mate.
Yeah, burn that little sucker off. It's like, sorry, we don't have any room for passengers on this this ride. All right, so here we go. So roll into the fence. Hopefully not actually into it, but through the opening of that fence.
Yeah, rolling into the electric fence is not good. We just want to roll near it.
All right, so now fire against the wall. All right, there we go. I'm not sure this is even going to work, but...
Yeah, because you moved before you shot. No, yeah, this might work. You moved before you shot. You stand completely still when you do that shot.
Let's see if this will even work.
This might work.
This might.
It could be okay.
Nope.
Yeah, let's reset the room. Try him again. Fake death pill, mate.
It amazes me.
Anywhere before the fear, you use fake death pill to reset rooms quickly.
Yeah. I guess it's just another showcase of like how oblivious they can be sometimes, even though they're like one of the worst.
When you want
things
to be
around.
caught, yeah, when you want to be caught, I swear they close their eyes.
Yeah, they just plug up their ears and they just look away.
Yes,
Hey, there's that mine we were talking about.
Yeah, so you've done a different movement every single time in that room. So eventually you were going to hit the mines. You want to find a line that's consistent for you.
Well, I could see where the other one is because I was just about thinking of going above that, and that's right where the next one is. It's like they know exactly where to place these mines, I swear. Try it again. So let's go right here. Is it because I'm moving when I'm taking that shot that it's not working?
Sorry, dude. Say that again.
Like, is it because I was moving when I was trying to shoot the wall?
Yeah, so you roll and you stay completely still and just hold square and let go of it. You don't try and move for that shot at all. You just roll to the left of the wire and then stay completely still, shoot your gun, and then go for the tree.
All right, there we go. Yeah, so that does make the difference. All right, so one step, drop. Okay, roll right around this tree box. See if he'll notice me. As soon as it disappears, roll through. Was it the dog?
You move too far out to the right. You run in along that log. Not along it, but make sure you don't go any further right than the end of the log.
I see. Oh, there's the other
these
one.
like extremely precise bits of movement are like it's too far left, too far right, and you'll get used to the boundaries of everything as you play it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's tough to get used to at first, but like again, as soon as you've got like a good line for the mines, so they're not a problem anymore. You're not moving before you take the shot. That's not a problem anymore.
Oh, come on. I definitely
Joe, you have 100% gone a different way every single time you've done this room so far. I didn't even know there was this many ways to run through that bit of bush.
Hey, man, if there's a way, I'll find it. This is starting to flash back to MGS1 for me right now, where I kept running into mines in the Tate Canyon. I just find a way to, hit the mines, even if I'm not trying to.
To make up a new
oh my god.
Strat. So you run in between them. So last time you went too far left, this time you went too far right. It's between them. It's just in the middle of where you ran.
Alright, I actually might have another idea. I don't know if this will work, but I'm trying to figure out a line here that'll actually not result in hitting it for like the 5th time. So what if I hug this tree, then cut across, roll. Okay, we'll see if that worked. 1 step, drop. Roll up this tree, box. See if he'll notice. Yeah.
Yeah, if they don't acknowledge you there, your movement wasn't good enough. You have to do something about them. And if you have to do something about the 2 guards, you have to do something about the dog as well.
Yeah.
But that bit of extra movement is like not good enough. If you're going to do that bit of extra movement, you have to make sure your roll lines up with the shot. Because if you're taking a second shot, it's too slow.
I can't live with the shame of hitting the pup. Plus, don't think that's gonna work anyway.
Yeah, it's fine. It's literally all about the guard noticing it, not about the dog. If you hit the dog, you have to keep more left though, because otherwise it'll see you.
Oh my god, it's that 3rd mine. It's like there's a mine there.
You can literally run diagonal at the other tree, and then it's not going to hit you. Like there's a line just straight through the middle of it. Like you've been too far left once, you've been too far right once. It's like through the middle of them.
Man, this is making me relive past memories. But we'll get it. One way or the other, we'll get it. So it's right there, maybe? Oh my god. Like, that time I went too far left, because I'm trying to avoid the mines, and that's what's getting me in trouble. Okay, there we go. That was the line. One step, drop. Roll up to there, go box. Okay, as soon as that disappears, hit the dirt, crawl through, get up, and leave like you own the joint.
Yeah, you need to change your Mark 22 at some point as well. Otherwise, this room's not going to work. Next room's not going to work.
I almost forgot about that loading zone there too, which is to the right if I'm not.
Yeah, it's the whole right wall of it is load zone.
Right. All right, so we finally passed that.
Easy, first time. Don't forget your taking silencer off and unequipping it before Ocelot.
Uh-oh. What in the world did I swap to that gun? Alright, well, at least it's just good recognition of it anyway.
And your second stun grenade's in first person, looking down. Lethal gun, shoot the Marco. No, recent.
Oh, I screwed this up. So it's after the stun, it's shoot the Marcor, then shoot him, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
After the second stun, which you do in first person, looking down, you shoot the Marcor, then shoot Ocelot. You're like trying to overwrite everything you did before, so you'll miss stuff. It's all good. If you don't do your second stun grenade in first person, it won't work about 50% of the time. And you just wait for him to shoot you, and then just auto aim him. Don't go into first person for the last shot. Just auto aim him. Just hold your gun out.
Yeah, let me try that again. Yeah, I think that was a moment of old strategies coming back, and I'm trying to get away from that.
Second stun grenade in first person view, looking down.
And then off to the left. There we go. Oops. And then, to this instead. Shoot the Marcor. Shot to the head. Hey, there we go. Wasn't too shabby.
Yeah, decent. If you get that fast death after for the last shot, if sometimes he'll run behind something before his iron frames wear out. There's nothing you can do about it. Like he just gets away with it. It happens. But what you're hoping for is exactly what happened there, where he runs off and you get the auto aim on him.
Yeah, so I think really the biggest change for that one from what I was doing before was after the second stun, rather than firing another trank and allowing him to move, you shoot the Marcor, then trank him a second time with the intent that he'll see that I, shot the Marcor in the distance, which then gives you another shot that you wouldn't normally get because I would be losing time of him just, running around all over the place.
Yeah. Remember to equip your when you go into your menu, you're going to go brown face paint, and then you're going to go smoke grenade, not grenade smoke. It's better to have them in that order. And you press up, equip, up, equip in the weapons to do that.
All right, so here we go. Let's get our smokes. Here they are. So it's grenade.
And face paint as well.
Wait, did I do that right? I did grenade and then smoke.
No,
Right.
it's smoke and then grenade. You just press up, smoke, up, grenade. But it's fine. Whatever order you want them in, it's fine. It's just it's a faster menu if you do it that way.
Grab the free life med. So holding R2. Wait, did that go in the water? It did.
Because you didn't let go of you can't throw it in first person. You turn in first person and you let go of first person to throw the smoke. You just changing where you're looking, because if you don't change where you're looking first, it won't land on the path. And if you don't let go of first person, it won't land on the path either.
All right, there we go. Okay, it's getting there.
It's looking a lot better, mate. It's looking a lot better.
Ooh, almost. Yeah, I was a little off target there at the end.
As I say, getting the extra shield round is fine. That will come with time, but it's a lot quicker than what you're doing still.
Yeah, definitely.
And you're already on the right path to getting into a situation where you can get away with not getting the second shield round. During one of your rolls, you want to put your silencer back on your gun.
Alright, so here we go. Alright, so our stamina looks pretty good, so we don't have to do the mango thing. That was
We just did that because we're messing around earlier with the swim. So we don't need to pick up that. We should be fine. Basically, when we leave the lab, that's when our stamina should reach half. And then we're going to wear the animals camo from that point for the rest of the game anyway.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so I'm swapping back to original. I think you said once you go through here, it's hold X and then up.
Yeah, hold X and up, and it'll get into the frame on the first. It'll get into the water on the first frame. You don't have to like judge it. You just hold X and up on the D-pad.
Wow, that's neat.
That's what happens when you run VE. You learn stuff like that.
You know, funny that you say that because often at times I feel like people overlook the lower difficulties because they feel like it's not, difficult enough.
Yeah,
When in
and
actuality, you learn a lot of the basics that apply to this.
you'll learn a lot of cool, very cool optimizations that work on every single difficulty.
Yeah, and I guess the nice thing is you're not greeted with a continue screen every time you make a mistake.
Yeah, it's a bit easier to pick up when you first learning it. Teach you a lot of important stuff that works for every difficulty. So yeah, did a quick headshot.
Okay, swap to this. Oops. Boom, boom. Wow, that was neat. Wait, somebody up? Oh, never mind. That was just the end trying to leave. I was like, man, who in the world survived all of that?
I always get that feeling when the caution sticks around longer. You're gonna want to pick up 2 ammos because you've
Oh,
used quite a
oh,
lot
I
of ammo.
fell off. Yeah, that's what you were warning me about earlier about rolling off that
Yeah.
second boat.
It happens.
All right, so it's roll 1, roll 2. Yeah, that's a lot better than the box because a lot of times I
Hit
feel
the
like,
load zone so early.
yeah, not only that, but like you can hit the corner so easy with having the box on, which is meant to speed you up on inclines like stairs. But because of how the box is, you're more likely to bump into things because of just, like the hit detection.
Yep.
Man, I love that sequence. Like, I used to hate this warehouse when learning to run this game. And then ever since I started getting better at doing the late rolling along with the box, it just feels like it's taking a hard room and really just sticking it to them. Because, like, of all the past runs that have just been, lost here just because of, like, really silly things.
Yeah.
Okay, so now hug left, past the tree, headshot the guy, and then just keep going. Okay, so right around here. Okay, I free-aimed that one, but at least the idea was there. Why is that thing pissing at me? I'm so far
Can't
away.
believe that worked.
Don't. Okay, I guess that's what I get for, not challenging the snake after it was hissing at me.
Yeah, so if you see your stamina now, you're not actually going to make another shot until you equip your animal's camo and you have enough stamina. So, like, you don't need to change camos at all. You don't have to worry about your stamina. By the time we reach half, we're putting animals on anyway.
So we get up and run, don't even shoot anybody. And then right up to here.
Yeah, it's just
early, but
it's this. No, that's too early. It's the second shadow on the ground, and you just put the the mask. You got it.
okay, I didn't mean to do that, but I'm surprised it still worked.
I cannot believe that worked. That was like guardian angel type stuff.
Doesn't he know who I am? I mean, I'm a very important scientist. I mean, science doesn't wait. even if they're armed with a AK-47, I mean, I have no problems just shoving them out of my way, Science, my man. Science. Door. Oh my god, I don't know if this is gonna work now. Maybe. All right. Door.
If you if you get the slow door, it's fine because you've got your back to the scientist. If you've got your back to the scientist, they can't see you. They can't like alert to you. It's only when you're facing them.
Right. Yeah, even with this mask on, the scientists aren't fooled by the whole thing. And actually, that was really neat. I was struggling with that earlier.
Yeah, it's nice to see you using that.
Okay, I'm not gonna do the roll because I feel like the guy's gonna see me.
Yeah, you can't do the roll if you get any mistakes with the door. To get
Right,
out the door, you go to the top corner of it. You go to where the side it doesn't open from, and just run against it.
You can still bump into him though, as long as you get out quickly enough.
Yeah, it's when you've got a corner. As if you lose your sight of you, you can't alert.
Yeah, because like what would have happened was I could have rolled through the door, and then as I finished, like Apache was saying, he's gonna see me. Didn't that guy just ask me that earlier?
You should equip before you leave this room. You do animals, cigar gas spray, and turn the grenade off.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Uh-oh. I might be in trouble, but try to go for it. Actually, that's the better outcome, because if I got caught with the scientist on, I would have been thrown in the...
Yeah, so that's why we just
jail.
equip our animals before we leave, and then we take a complete diagonal line towards the trucks. Complete southwest diagonal line towards the trucks.
There we go.
You should do your weapons menu as well. This is where you do the cigar gas spray.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting about that. So it's sig spray.
You're not running straight enough towards the trucks. You're running like way more south.
Yeah, it's this camera change that messes me up, but it'll take some getting used to.
Yeah. It's just I literally hold fully diagonal towards the left when I leave that. I like preemptively do that, I guess.
Yeah, that shot will also take some getting used to.
Yeah, it's just tapping left on the D-pad, tapping right on the D-pad, sorry, and then doing it. Make sure you enter the field with your stun grenade equipped.
Okay, so like right as I turn this corner is when I usually try to do it. All right, so now I promise for those watching that this death continue is actually intentional, despite the minefield fiasco earlier.
You weren't holding your menu though, were you? Oh, no, it worked.
I think it's still gonna work. All right, there we go.
Always make sure you're holding your menu because it guarantees that fast setup.
He wasn't dead after all.
So it's cure poison, leave the arrow.
Yep.
Because
Really,
that's
really
gonna
important.
be another muscle memory I'm gonna tend to want to do, and I'm trying not to.
Yeah, it was annoying for me to get used to as well.
Oops. Keep forgetting about the boxes in a different spot now than what I'm used to.
You want to make sure you've got your weapon equipped before you enter the room as well, because you don't want to add. You never want to add additional stuff in during warehouse 2.
Oh yeah, because this room is really, really sensitive to the timing.
Yep.
Okay, so now it's box. Roll through the door, box again, around the corner.
Yeah, you can take like a full step through him before you roll. That's what I tend to do. I tend to walk all the way through him with like an extra step and then roll. But that's fine.
Well, I guess the one concern I have with that is not necessarily that the maneuver won't work, but it's that when you roll, when you walk through and then roll, and the door opens like as I'm executing all that, when the guard like gets up, the door would remain open, right? Because like, would I be risking getting caught trying to leave even after that delayed
No,
roll?
if you take a step through him, delay your roll, and then roll through it, it's more likely the door will close after you've rolled through it. Which means it doesn't matter if you put the box on or not, you still won't get caught. But the box, you always do the box anyway.
Fire, then sharp left, hold stun, turn the corner, box, make sure to have 6 spray around this tree, then go this way.
Make sure you've got your Mark 22 equipped to unsilence before you enter the load zone.
Right.
And not equipped, in your previous, so unequipped.
There we go. Yeah, I got it at the last moment. Yeah, I'm going to keep forgetting about that one, too, is the previous advantage thing. All right, so now
It's a lot, dude. Honestly, you're doing so well at remembering all these different steps. I did throw a lot of information at you.
I'm going to go. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's not going to work.
Yeah, you need to reset the room, so just get the grenade out of your inventory and throw it on you. I think you might still have it equipped. I wouldn't move anywhere, just blow yourself up with the grenade. Ah, no, you don't have any. You'll have to go to the room that's on the left and get the TNT.
Yeah. Oh, now I can understand why this was a lot of trouble when we were racing a while back trying to get this to work.
Yeah, I reset this room 6 times.
It was
It
still
was
a pretty
spooky.
interesting race, even with all that going on, and it just gives people watching like how fragile this could be at times.
Yeah, but it's a lot easier since Major found some improvements for it. It's actually been a lot easier to get going. Do you know when we go to the back of the end, we used to go to the front of him, which made the hold up work about like 5% of the time.
Oh wait, there we go. Keep remembering that's a thing. All right, so here he is. Okay, that sort of worked. All right, so now it's roll. 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot to equip the smokes, but we'll do that on the kick. Here are the smokes. Over to here. Throw.
No, you don't move. You have to throw it way before you move.
Uh-oh.
You run the risk of being shot. If you move, well, like this, you're running the risk of being shot. And you need to shoot your gun as well, so he's not going to spawn now. He won't
Oh, I
be
gotta
there.
reset it again.
You have to fire a lethal weapon in order to make him teleport into that location. So you throw the smoke. When the smoke goes off, you don't move anywhere. After you do your 6 kicks, you equip the smoke, you look left, throw it, and then equip a lethal gun and fire it after the smoke goes off. You don't move until you've done that. When you throw the smoke, it's to cover your approach, and when you fire your lethal gun, it makes him teleport.
Right. Yeah, I figured this one was gonna take a little bit, but we'll keep at it.
There's a lot of steps to it. It really is a lot. That's good. And where his stamina is now, that's high damage. That's like means you got like 2 or more headshots.
So 1, 2.
You need to go
3,
more east as well before you do your
5,
kicks. You want to be beyond the tree.
5, 6. All right, throw it at the tree. Patriot. Okay, hopefully that'll work. Then, I like my stunts. There they are. Throw it at the batch of grass there.
You want to be way closer to him before that goes off. And you need to be behind him as well. And
Yeah,
it's punch,
I
punch,
messed this
spray,
up.
punch, punch. Like, you need to go like all the way to that tree that's on its own and throw it from there. Like, if you throw it from so far away, he's going to recover before you even get to him. And you go behind him because the hold up doesn't work unless you go behind him. It's punch, punch, spray, punch, punch, hold up. And the amount of damage you do from just that and getting the loop on him kind of means that even if you fail it at some point, you'll still be able to get away with it because you've done that much damage to him. And you can kind of just like use backups.
I'm surprised he stuck around after all that.
Yeah, me too. But that's high damage as well, so that's good. Go bit on that tree that you can climb up.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So right up to here.
Don't move. After you've done your kicks, you're not moving anywhere.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that.
Like the whole thing, the whole movement really matters. That being in that position, like, I don't know if he spawns now, but I really like, I'm not sure. But like move, yeah, throw the tree, throw from there.
Yeah, he wasn't there.
Yeah, it's because you moved before you did the lethal shots. You moved into a position that didn't allow him to spawn anymore. After the 6 kicks, you stay. Oh no, you're dead. Remove that before you move, otherwise you're gonna lose your stamina.
Oh my god. That was probably ill-advised to make that roll, but yeah, I made it through. This time. All right, yeah, it's just the order of sequence that's it's gonna take some getting used to.
Yeah, I'm slightly behind you, so I can't really talk you through it at the same pace. But go beyond the tree that you can climb up before you start doing your punch buffers. Go beyond that tree, and then don't move until you've thrown the smoke grenade and you've fired your lethal gun.
All right, so right past this tree, smokes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't move.
Look left, throw the smoke, don't move.
All right, get the Patriot
After it
ready.
goes off, fire a lethal gun, staying completely still, and then move. That should be fine now.
I think that
No,
was
you need to be
too
way,
far.
you need to be so much closer than that before you throw your smoke grenade, your stun grenade, and go behind him.
Yeah, I keep throwing it from too far.
The show must go on.
Your smoke grenade that you throw prevents the end from being able to shoot you. All the way you're approaching him, he can't shoot you because of that smoke grenade. Don't worry about being shot. You need to go really close. You go all the way to that tree that's on its own, that's like right close to him,
Mm-hmm.
and then you throw the smoke. Then you throw the stun grenade at him, and start moving towards him. And as it's about to go off, you turn away from it and then continue your approach. Don't get stunned either, because that'll like ruin it. And then you go in behind him, and you have so much time that you can go into first-person view, punch him twice, spray him, and then punch him twice again, and then hold him up.
All right, let's try to tackle this one step at a time here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Don't move. Look right. Throw the smoke. Patriot, don't move. Okay, get the stun ready, but don't throw yet. Like right about here. Throw the stun. Get the sig ready.
Yeah, that position you
Behind
threw
him.
the stun from is perfect.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I'm in
Yeah,
front
you're
of him.
stunned. Like, don't panic. Don't do a panic option because you're stunned. Just wait until it finishes.
I can try to
Because
do
that
this.
setup has to be precise, and once you pick an option like spraying him, you've broke it. But you have time to do that. He's got like way too much health to try and recover this, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was when I threw the stun, I got blinded with it.
Everything
so
was
I
great.
lost
You just
track
didn't
of,
look away from the stun. Like you have enough time to literally stand still, throw it, turn away from it, and then run at him. If as long as you're throwing it from that tree, it's
Mhm.
fine. Like, just like, even if you need to, if you're not sure what to do, just hold your menu, and once I can catch up to you, I'll be able to tell you what to do. But if you pick a panic option and just break the loop, then you're going to be resetting him. But like, everything's looking good. It's just doing the correct option once you get to him. Like, having worse movement and not blinding yourself is fine. But even if you blinded yourself there, because you were so close to him anyway, you could have literally waited for the stun to wear off you, because it wears off him a lot slower. He's like blind. If you throw a stun grenade at the end, he's like blind forever. It's ridiculous.
6. Okay, look left. Throw. Patriot. Get ready. Get the stun ready. So right around here. Nope. Get closer.
The position last time was perfect, right up to the tree. And you want to be on the right side of the tree, not the left. Punch,
Oh,
punch, spray, punch, punch.
it wouldn't let me punch.
You open him with punches.
Yeah, I was trying to punch it and it wouldn't let me do it. Oh boy. Man, this
It's
is
a hard strat, mate. It's a hard
Yeah.
strat, but it's like actually way easier than what you already do. It's just you're more familiar with what you already do, and you're losing like, you know, if you get the loop correctly on the end, you're going to be over a minute faster than what you're already doing. So like, yeah, it is difficult, and as soon as you press the wrong button, you've lost it. But once you're used to the correct order of operations, like you'll be able to do this every time. Like this has been around for like what 2 weeks, and when we were practicing earlier, both my attempts at it were good enough where it was fast. Yes, that's high damage. That's good.
Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. D-pad left. Full of smoke. Patriot. Oops. Stuns. Throw it at the grass. Sig spray. Oh, now I'm blinded again.
Just don't panic. Just get set up behind him as best you can. Punch, punch.
Oh, I had to do the stick up, not the second spray.
You're opening with cigar gas spray. You open with a punch. You punch him first, not cigar gas spray.
Yeah, I think that's what's happening is like I'm not in the right spot and I just make these spontaneous moves that just get me in trouble.
Like if you're worried about what to do, just open your menu because it'll pause the game and then you can think about it. You've got like a timer in your head that's saying you have to do this immediately, you have to do this now, but you actually have way longer. You can be so patient with like your options on him. Once you begin the loop, that's when you're on a more strict timer, but it's one you're familiar with. So it's punch, punch, spray, punch, punch, and then hold up.
All right. 3, 4, 5, 6. Look left. Throw the smoke. All right, here we go. So it's punch, punch. 1, 2. Oh, we gotta be behind him.
That should work. Punch, punch, and then yeah, you just stop doing it. Like there was no reason to stop.
Well, like he turned when I tried to.
It honestly wouldn't have mattered. Like the only reason that loop broke is because you stopped doing it. That would have fully worked. That's what I'm saying. Like your time in the end in your head, and you're thinking that things are happening when they're not. Like the only reason that didn't work is because you stopped. And even if you think it's going to break, just see it through to the end anyway. Just do all the operations in order. And like, yeah, it's it's very different from what you're doing already. But the first time you get this in a run and see you split gold, that's going to be like a minute plus. It's going to be worth the pain.
4, 5, 6. One, 2, 6 spray. 1, 2. Hold up. Regress.
And it's just your normal loop.
But it's sip. Start with the smoke.
Yep.
Okay, then once the cough happens, hit him again. Done. Look up. Run away. Wow, that was funny.
Yeah, because you stop moving. He's going to run south now.
I know how to get this guy now.
It's because you stop moving. That's why I said don't stop moving with it, because you're going to cough. Nice though. Nice recovery as well. Like it's it's hard to like recognize kind of how he's going to move and stuff, but you're already like quite familiar with that. But like I say,
Yeah.
that strat is hard and it's new as well. It's so new. And you're
Yeah,
picking it up well, mate.
You know, the fact that it's been less than like a couple of hours since you first showed it to me, I mean, that's still, you know, some really significant headway from what I was doing before. Like I may have made it look harder than it was for people watching, but it's just you're also trying to fight, not only trying to learn something new, but it's the old mechanics of what you're used to and the whole timing and sequencing, and you know, it's a tough thing, but it makes sense to me now why that's better. You know, because you're not fighting loads, you're not going from one room to the next room to the third room, which leads you back to the first room, and then just praying that you're not going to get him to escape if you don't get him there, which then and you lose even more time if his spawn is, you know, not where you want him to be as a recovery.
Yep. It's
Now, I guess when I'm climbing, like, well, let me ask you this: like, who figured this out to begin
There's
with, and
there's a
then
Japanese runner called Go Time, who's got a really good Foxhound run on the speedrun board. It's like it may not be the best time ever, but he plays so well, and he plays the whole run in the 3D camera, which is pretty weird. He's just like a very talented, very unique runner, and he was posting videos of it. The videos were all in Japanese. It wasn't very clear what was going on, and then me and Major and other people in the community started messing with it, and we actually found, well, Major found the way to hold him up and get the loop on him so you can finish it the first time he runs north. That was like the biggest thing. That was the hardest thing to find. Major was the one who worked out that going behind the end, or that makes the hold up 100% consistent. Yeah, Go Time's original strat was a lot of running north with him, then running south, then running north. But just the fact that he worked out how to spawn him in that room was the key to, you know, unlocking that. And like I say, it's from the traditional method we were using. It's about 40 seconds faster. Originally, when Go Time came up with it, it was already 40 seconds faster. And then doing the loop where you hold him up got us another 10 or 15 on top of that. Which in a game like this, time save like that is massive. Absolutely massive.
oh man, Snake's looking a little hangry, but don't worry, buddy, we'll get through this together. I know it was a rough day,
because your stamina's low, obviously your stomach's gonna growl, so you have to get the last guard in this room before your stomach growls. It's kind of like
right.
annoying, but all part of the fun of Mountain 1.
Yeah, it's
There's
always
three-
a fun time when you come to mountains.
There's 3 mountain rooms. They're all hard and they're all very precise as well.
All right, get away from the scorpion, and interesting.
You have to be.
I rolled too late.
You have to roll. You have to be on the left for your first roll and then on the right for your second roll.
Oh yeah.
So it's like almost straightforward your first roll, and then you roll into the mountain on your second roll.
There we go. Yeah, the one thing you don't want to do is roll into the scorpion, because I've already done that plenty trying to learn this strat.
The second guard's annoying because if you roll too close to him, he can hear you.
Oh yeah.
After
Alright,
you've taken out that guard, you can just go straight into your box.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Probably just another old like habit mechanic kicking in there.
Yeah, it happens. As I say, like, we're breaking a lot of your habits in this run. There was so many, you know, things you were doing that were on their own seeming significant, but overall, we're losing a lot of time when you kind of like added them all together.
Yeah.
So to break that much muscle memory, because you've been playing this game a long time, like,
Yeah.
it's difficult to overwrite that, and you know, respect to you for taking the steps to do that, because it does take time.
Plus, I think going in, the hardest thing for me to do was, you know, I think you probably even knew this too, was getting the new end loop.
Yeah, for sure. It's a tough one. It's remembering all the precise steps, but I think like you've got such a good base to go off now. Like I'm glad the things that went wrong did, so we could, we could talk about them and we could acknowledge why they happened and then fix them. Because now, if something goes wrong later, you know why it went wrong, and then you can fix it.
All right, so let's see if I can remember this one. I got the right weapon first of all.
Yep. Just remember to take the silencer off after you roll.
Oh, yep, got to redo that.
Yeah.
What the hell's this guy doing? It's just he just
soon as you wanna be
literally
caught.
runs off to the side after he's like, "Oh no, I've been shot." I mean, I've never seen that.
As soon as you want to be caught, you can't be caught.
All right, so do this again. Run right at him. Over. Unequip. Box. As soon as you see the door, fire a round off. Closer to the ledge. Roll over. Mash. Stay along this edge. As soon as I get to here, roll over. Roll over a second time, and there you go. And then keep the box on until the door opens.
Excellent, mate. Excellent.
Yeah, it just
That's
seems
not an
like
easy room. That's not an easy room at all.
it just feels like to me the 3D camera just helps find that line to follow and then just make it through. Because not that I don't like using the original camera, it's just I feel like that's one possible disadvantage is that you lose that depth perception where it's like, okay, is this close enough? Is that close enough? Is this not close enough?
Yeah, I just hate switching from one camera to the other, so I force myself to learn it without. But if you like, you've dropped a lot of your 3D camera in order to learn this strats. Like I know you'd be using like 100 times more 3D camera than this if it wasn't with me now learning this run. So appreciate you taking that step to do that when it's not something that you used to. But wherever you can use it, if you're going to use it in any rooms, that would be the one. That would be the place to use it.
Yeah, and plus for anybody that's tuning in, I mean, just to give them a background is that when I first started running this game, I used the 3D camera pretty much all the time. Then I gradually started using more of the original, then even more original, and now it's down to the point, at least so far, where it's just original but with some exceptions.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, I fully believe there's uses to it, and in some cases, a static camera can be a bit trickier to use. I just force myself to get used to it, but the majority of the time, the static camera is king.
Uh-oh.
You don't have the Mosin on, do you?
I do, but he got away from me.
No. Don't worry about it. Like I say, in a future thing, we'll really go through the Fury. There wasn't really enough time to kind of talk about it today. If I get it like this, I just reset the fight.
Yeah, I might as well just start over.
You never wanna chase him around. He's a nightmare.
Yeah, he's probably the worst fight in the whole run after running it all this time.
I think the main thing with this, I think something like MGS2 Ray's Harrier is harder, but this fight is supposed to be like optimally about 16 seconds. So you have to be so fast and get everything right in what's considered like quite a tricky fight. And I think it's just the speed difference that really matters. I don't know what's going on today. He won't like get in a good position.
Oh, I forgot to move out of the way.
I would zoom in before your first shot. I would zoom in and make sure you're on his body, and then the rest of them don't zoom in for. Just quick reload and do it in third person. If you want to like avoid his shot, you need to move way sooner because like his.
It's too close to the barrel. Ow.
If you're gonna try and get him immediately, like you can't kind of waste any movement leading up to him. I think it's better to kind of bait the shot first.
Wow, good save. Now since this is as far as we got with the I'm no rookie thing, do I just keep going?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I was just making sure I'm following protocol here on what we got scheduled today.
Yeah, just do the run, mate. So yeah, this is where we got up to, and obviously, like I'd like to do another of these. Um, when you've got your practicing on what we've learned today, and then we'll do some new Rykov stuff, some Fury stuff, Prison Escape, Shagohard, the boss, and Major even came up with something recently for the platform guard section, which makes it a lot more likely you'll keep Foxhound on it. So I can teach you that as well.
Yep, just another day in Groznygrad. I mean, I'm just a box. Selective vision is what I would label this. Okay, except that guy. He's the one who actually noticed the box. The other guy was just like, man, forget that box. My bud's down. I gotta check on him. Oops. Oh, stomach's gonna rumble though, so I gotta be careful of that. Because the guards that come in will hear it. What? Oh, I walked through him as I six sprayed. Wow, that's funny.
There's sort of like a kind of lesser known glitch of this game, but if you only have one cigar gas spray left in your ammo, you can't actually sig spray Rykov, because when you spray it, it unequips the cigar gas spray and the smoke disappears. So it's kind of like a random glitch that I found. I think it's HD collection only, although I'd be interested if someone had a look in PS2. But yeah, on another one of these, we'll learn some proper Rykov strats. There's a few I can show you, some really good ones.
Interesting. I was gonna try to sig spray him ahead of time, but they just already determined I was an enemy. Yeah, I think this is why I was grabbing the noodles at the mountain summit, was because of situations like this. If the stomach was gonna rumble, and I had no way to get out of there without them noticing. Yeah, only the best in Groznygrad. I'm actually surprised that worked. I was trying to look like I was, having a cigarette, and they just completely ignored me. And the fact that Rykov was just laying there unconscious. Hey, man, I'll take what I can get.
That's hilarious.
All right, so now the benefit of having the mask from the very beginning, just have the uniform, which, even with the arrow kind of grotesquely sticking out of his leg, I mean, it still looks like the real guy, right?
Yeah, that's going to stay for the whole game as well. Like, the biggest question is, like, how did he get the uniform on while keeping the arrow in the leg still? How did he pull his pants up?
It's Metal Gear. I mean, some things make sense, and other ones just kind of fall on the wayside. It's just like, yeah, maybe he got the arrow removed, and he got shot again a second time. I mean, I honestly have no idea. I mean, look, let's ask these two. Well, yeah, looks good to them. Nothing unusual.
Does my arrow look big in this?
It's like, oh, nice to see you, sir. It's like, as soon as the door closes, like, hey, do you notice that arrow sticking out of his leg?
Sir, you appear to have a gigantic wound in your leg that you've not treated. Would you like us to call an ambulance?
Well, in other news, Fulgen's gonna be roughing up our friend Sokolov for a little bit, which I'm gonna actually take that chance to run to the restroom really quick, since I can't really do anything. So I'll be right back.
Yeah, of course. It's an unskippable cutscene. It's a great time that we have to run to the toilet. If you run the very easy difficulty, you can actually go to the toilet during the bike chase as well, because you literally don't have to do anything and you won't die. It's a good old 12-minute section of the game.
I guess he's dead.
So while we're just taking a short break for this, this show is No Rookie. It's where we pair people up in the community who are, experienced in the game as coaches, and we also pair up with people who want to learn something. It could be a specific difficulty they haven't done before. They could be a complete beginner to the speed game, or it could be they want to, improve themselves a little bit. You can find all the information about it on the Discord, and anyone can sign up as long as you're a part of the Discord. Because that's where we coordinate it essentially. If you want to learn any game in the series, we'll certainly do our best to pair you up with someone who's experienced. I'm sure we'll have an episode of No Rookie with Limes and Ed at some point. So yeah, it's not always me coaching. I only really play Metal Gear Solid 3 to the kind of level where I can show people how to play it. But there's a lot of people in the community experienced all the games. You don't have to be completely new to it. It might just be that you want to get a little bit better.
All right, I'm back.
MGS2, if you want to learn some MGS2, join the Discord. Anyone can apply for No Rookie. Yes, Sol. D Limes is signed up to be a coach for MGS2, so he'll be able to help you with anything. He runs literally every version of the game and so on. Just join the Discord and fill out the form.
Yeah, so I knew the chair wasn't going to give in to that torture. I mean, the chair has been trained not to give up. Plus, I'm sure may have told everybody tuning in to tune into @ApacheSmash at his Twitter. Because the chair just is a good guy. All right, it's time to get out of here. All right, so how you feeling, Apache?
Yeah, really good. Bear with me 1 second. Like responding to the many DMs that have been sent while I've been doing this.
What's that sound?
The thing to surpass Metal Gear is not all the technology, but the fact you can hold up a smoke and not a single guard in the room hears you.
Check your Discord if you can, Joe. Not in that room though, because that room's tough.
Let's see. I'm willing to. Let's see, just for time consideration, I'm willing to take this up to like the Vulcan fight and then ending it there.
Yeah, that works, I think. Yeah, so we'll go up to the Vulcan fight. Joe, show you some more of this game. We'll skip the wonderful bag section of the game that we all love.
Yeah, because as much as I, like doing the bike escape at times, I would like to just kind of give some, flexibility to the time constraints since, I mean, it is what it is. The end loop is hard, and even without that, it's a hard game.
It's not just that, Joe. It's my fault. Like I just covered so many things with you, and like it's just the nature of this game, right? You think about one thing, and it all branches into different bits of information, and you get over the top very quickly, and that's my fault. I've never done this before. I threw a lot at you, and I think you did incredible to remember so much information in such a short amount of time. I know that from here. You'll really learn this stuff and get it looking nice. And then in the future, if you want to we'll do a second one of these for the rest of the game, yeah.
If they would like to welcome this part of it back for like a second portion, I would be more than willing to do that.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
We can definitely have that arranged on another date and time. But even with going this far and as far as the training went before this, I think we covered a lot of material. It's going to help tremendously.
I think compared to other titles in the series, there's just so much packed in information, and it's really just a testament to how we kind of play this game. We don't glitch Metal Gear Solid 3. There's no skips or anything. We just play it well to play it fast, and to play it well, there's a lot of nuance. And yeah, I'm proud of you, mate. I think you did amazingly and as I say, it was my mistake throwing so much at you, but you just hung on and for dear life and remembered it all.
Yeah. No, plus I think, like I said, it's just the end loop is what it is. I knew going in that was probably one of the hardest things to learn and retain it for the follow-up run.
Yep.
And
I know, like, a couple of tries in solo practice, and you'll have that looking really nice. And once it's learning the boundaries of everything, you've got a really good base to go off with the end loop. I know you'll just be doing that new end loop in no time, and it'll look damn good.
Oh, there I go, dying again. Isn't it funny that, you're almost encouraged to take deaths throughout the speed run when in other circumstances you're trying to avoid dying?
Yeah. Something we found out while I've got you all here, something we found out recently is that none of the time spent during the sorrow counts towards the in-game timer. So it doesn't matter what you do there. There are faster strats to make it end sooner, but it doesn't matter because it's not going to count your IGT anyway. So we all just drown ourselves now regardless.
Yeah, because I think leading up to that discovery, oh, that was a nice roll there. Leading up to that, there were methods of, equipping a cigar and injuring yourself to lower your HP as small as possible with either drowning or grenading, which was the slightly more optimal strat. I think it was Raichu that figured the timing on the grenade, which was, again, before the whole IGT thing.
Yeah, it's still good for a race situation. You still want to be able to get out of that fight quicker, but for what we use for the boards, which is IGT, none of it matters, so we just drown ourselves now. But it's a good one to pull out on your opponent in the race if he doesn't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with going a more RTA-favored approach when in a race, since most races will be on RTA, unless if, somehow the in-game card is counted at the end of it, which, for events like, GDQ, ESA, and I think, Apache, you were even telling me one about before, which I think was UKSG.
Yep, UKSG, which is on the ESA channel, but it's an event that's normally in Glasgow, but it's online at the moment for obvious reasons.
Yeah, so like in events like that, it's very rare that it comes down to like an in-game finish, and it kind of depends on the game. Like Metal Gear Solid 1 PC, for example, you could skip pretty much everything. You get the scorecard right at the end. Whereas other ones you have to, kind of wait in anticipation with the credits and a bunch of other things that you would have to, sit through, which, for some events like that, they just, want to move on to the next thing. And I keep forgetting about that box. Can't really do this in the next room without it.
Oh, I can't wait to take that sneaking suit off you, mate. That's coming in the future.
No. I like my sneaking suit, damn it.
It's all going. It's all going.
Nope.
You have to take everything off Joe kicking and screaming like he refuses to give up his uniforms. I always joke and say that you're playing a dress-up game, like you play MGS3 like a dress-up game. Those old Flash games where you can pick outfits and stuff.
I like the damage reduction, and it looks very flashy when you fight the boss because you're fighting in the same type of gear.
I will accept that it's good for bike chase. So yeah. It's not the worst one. You can keep it actually. You can keep that one.
I mean, because like I might have been struggling with the end loop, but I will be kicking and screaming losing that sneaking suit. Just mark my words when we come back.
To be fair, since we're running New Game Plus, and like it's only a 7-second time loss to equip a new camo, and if you play using it all the way to end game, that's not too bad.
Because believe me, it was not this outfit, but when I was watching Silent Martyr run this version of the game on PS2, his tip to me was whatever camo you're going to use for the end game is what you equip here, and then just leave it. And oh, I forgot about this part. Otherwise, I can't do the rest of it. So it kind of gave me the idea of like, okay, if he was using OSCAM, which is part of a condition of when you select MGS3, like I like MGS3 at the beginning, it gives you the OSCAM as a reward for that. And the OSCAM gives you, I think it was like 30% damage reduction.
Yeah, 30%.
You know, something like that. And it's very valuable. Like some people might say, well, 30%, how important is that? Well, in a thing like Extreme, European Extreme, it's very valuable to get any benefit from stuff like that. Sneaking Suit gives you a little bit more, but it's more along the lines of a carryover item where you have to go find it in the maintenance room and then save it. So it's a little bit more.
It's no good in New Game, but it's fantastic in New Game Plus.
And it looks stylish. Oh, keep forgetting about that cutscene.
During the last great
Am I a mod on this Twitch? Can I ban Major Zero?
All right, so we're going to grab Vulcan, throw him down, shoot him twice, and then as he gets up, fire as many shots as I can get before he charges up, and then hit him a few more times to push him into phase 2. Then in phase 2, hit the dirt so you don't get hit by this. And then as soon as that explosion stops, hit him through the iframes, or no, past the iframes. And before I can even finish my sentence, that will be time, since that's where we're going to end this for time consideration. But yeah, so that's a strat that took me also a little bit to understand, mainly just the timing of when to hit Vulcan with the SVD, which as a fun fact, using the SVD there will not actually kill Vulcan since the guy just doesn't die. So the game kind of sees it your way of saying, you know, hey, I took Vulcan out lethally and he still comes back. Does it really count as a kill? And in this case, it's no. Whereas in past games, it would be yes, as ridiculous as it sounds. But I just want to thank, again, Apache for the time, for training me today, you know, doing the run up to this point, and of course to Plywood and all those involved on the technical behind the scenes for putting this on today. I know it was a little bit longer than intended, but like Apache said, there was a lot to go over, and I'm just amazed that we got over at least up to the Fury.
Yeah, I was like messaging Joe, phoning him, sending him letters like every day, like sign up to this, sign up to this. So you know, I wanted to get him in here. Been trying to for a while, and that's why the outpouring of information happened. And we're gonna do a second part of this some point in the future, so stay tuned for that. We'll do the second half of the game. Joe will do a full run, and you know, he'll smash it. Thanks everyone for watching. It's been really chill. It's been really nice. My first time on here, so I've had a good time. Please follow Joe's Twitch at JosephJoestar316. Please follow me on Twitter at ApacheSmash. And yeah, it's been grand. Any new episodes of this will get announced in the Discord. And I'll just put the Discord link for anyone who wants it in the chat. And yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us, and have a good rest of your day or night, wherever you are in the world. Peace out.